Welcome back, Wiz, and we boost the channel the Bitchin' Doge. For today, we're doing something a bit casual, a bit more funny, but
a bit kind of chaotic.
Yes, yeah. So as you can hear, we've got someone else here for this one. This is my friend. Welcome to my world. You can go find our YouTube channel in the description, but
it's got nothing in it, but you can find it. Sure,
you can find it. I mean, you were thinking of doing videos at like some point. Yeah, well, whatever, no pressure. Anyway, we're both fans of Skylanders, obviously.
Woo!
And I found this video because I've been finding a lot of Skylanders content. And of course, it's a ranking of all 167 unique Skylanders. Whoopee! Can't wait to watch it! So I probably shouldn't have watched it all and subjected myself to this and spoiled myself, because really this would have been even better if I could get my initial reactions, but
would have been better if you could get my initial reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, our Discord chat is just what?
Yeah, so, okay. I don't usually like to make videos like this, because obviously it can be interpreted a bit like hate, and that's not what it's meant as. But my god, like, okay, this guy just drops garbage take after garbage take in terms of his opinion on Skylanders. We've gotta talk about this.
It's very questionable, I'll tell you that.
Very questionable. Very questionable. Also, I know this is a little bit weird, but I don't have a way on my computer right now to actually have it so we can both hear the video without the mic picking up the video audio as well as the desktop audio. So we're literally just going to be skipping through this and just looking at the images of the placements. Don't worry, the only audio you're missing out on is him explaining his placements anyway. But first
if you want to hear it,
oh yes, of course. Yeah. I'll be leaving
in
the description. Yeah. So, also disclaimer: there are going to be some we're not going to have crazy, harsh opinions on. Either one, because they're actually not that garbage, or two, because they're a character we don't actually know much about yet. Personally, I played the first 3 games growing up, and I played a lot of Giants growing up, but neither of us.
You fool! You've said my name.
Oh my god! Straight away.
It's fine, we can fix it.
Yeah.
We can fix it.
I can't believe I did it so early. I can't believe that. Second nation,
yeah.
Anyway.
Continue. Keep going.
I'll cut that bit out. So yeah, obviously I grew up playing the first 3 games. As for Trap Team onwards, I haven't played very much of it. I have played a bit of Trap Team. I haven't played any of Superchargers or Imaginators. Welcome to my world here. She's mostly played Giants.
Oh yeah, I've played Giants enough times. I'm like...
Yeah, more than enough times.
More than enough times. I still haven't fully completed the game, but I don't care. It's just fun.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Nah, you're kidding me.
I want to, but like, don't have time anymore.
Alright, okay then. So anyway, this first pick, we're not going to have too strong opinions on, because it is from the Trap Team game, obviously.
I
have played with Blastermind here before, but only very briefly. I mean, it didn't seem like there was much wrong with it until Warren 167th, but I mean, of course, I haven't played with him very much, and I've heard that most people dislike him, so I'll hold back on this opinion. I am going to keep pressing the right key until we get to the next spot. There we go. I'll let you speak your piece on this first.
Okay, so I understand why he's low down. I don't think he should be this low down, but I understand why. I actually quite like Wrecking Ball. He's fun. I mean, Disco Ball. Hello.
Disco Ball is true.
Disco Ball.
Disco Ball is 100% factional and just completely impossible to be proven wrong. However, I will say this is one of the few ones we're going to disagree on, because I actually do think Wrecking Ball is kind of garbage.
Our friendship is ruined.
I'm not gonna lie, his tongue attack is really slow and deals like no damage. His ball attack is borderline uncontrollable, isn't actually that great at crowd control, doesn't actually do that much damage, extremely slow and punishable. His burp attack is the only half decent attack as far as I'm concerned. So I will say I don't mind that he's this low down. But even then, second worst, I must admit, did raise an eyebrow.
Second worst is a bit much.
And so it begins!
I remember one of his reasons was the colour palette of Sprocket, and all I gotta say is, I like the colour palette of Sprocket, so sue me.
By the way, feel fully free to just yank my mic from its wire if you would like to scream directly into it for any other placements in the future.
Sure. Because
Alright.
the mic can't pick up my higher register.
Yeah, we already broke it before. Anyway. So yeah,
She's not... Sorry. I'll let you talk.
Okay. So, look, I know that Sprocket is very disliked in general in the Skylanders community at large. And I guess we are just the insane ones here or something. But I always thought that Sprocket was one of the most badass additions in Giants.
She's so fun.
Yeah, because...
Got a turret and a tank.
The turrets, the mines, the tank, like, Jesus.
The big-ass spanner.
Yeah, the electricity shocking combo,
Oh.
the ability to whack the mines around with the spanner. I feel like this is one of the most strategic characters they added, and I feel like the tech element needed a mechanic. It was a it was a disgrace that we didn't get a mechanic Skylander in the first game, to be honest, right at the start. So
When you have Drobot, you're gonna need a mechanic to fix him, all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, especially because I didn't actually take much notice of this before, but the fact that the turrets actually draw the enemy's attention and they aggro the turrets instead of you, depending on how close you are and all that. Yeah.
I must be blind.
Yeah. If the turret is closer to the enemy than you are, then it will actually attack the turret and ignore you. So you can even use it to distract enemies. So I will say, I'm not going to be completely biased. I 100% understand why Sprocket is here.
I
That's
don't.
because...
I just don't.
And that is because she is slow. However, yes, she's very slow. And
Forgot about that.
Yeah, her turret building animation is extremely long, and if she even gets hit once during it, it completely cancels the entire move and she gets nothing. And obviously her movement speed in general is just slow. The mines are probably like her best attack as a fast just hit something without getting hit yourself thing. Like the spanner too, but you have to get very close for that. But her mines obviously aren't really meant to. The idea is you're supposed to trap them with it, but I must admit when I played Sprocket, I more just chucked them on top of people. That was usually the best strategy. So don't get me wrong, I understand that. All I'm saying is, I think this is one of the coolest Skylanders in the entire series conceptually. So while I do think her slow speed is a big downside, I think that the concept here is one of the best concepts out of all 167 Skylanders ever created.
And the wing tat exists.
And the wind hacks exist, true. Yeah. So, yeah, go do some heroic challenges if you wanted to move faster. Yeah, let's just move on, because we can't stay this hung up on every single one, because, oh boy, are there too many garbage takes for us to do that. This video is going to be 2 hours long at this rate. Skip ahead until we get to the next placement.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Can I leave? Can I go?
The door's locked. The door's locked.
I am trapped here forever.
Yeah, trapped
We
in
cannot escape this hellhole.
trapped in garbage take hell. Drill Sergeant
It's
is
good.
just in terms of his design is one of the coolest concepts from the first game.
I mean, look at his Series 2 pose.
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I have respect for the original designs for the first batch of Skylanders for the first game, and I think that. But I have to be completely honest here. I think most of the Skylanders in the first game, most of them, in terms of just the pure idea of what they are and how they look, aren't actually that interesting. And this is one of the reasons why I love Drill Sergeant, because I feel like Drill Sergeant is one of the only characters from the first game that before you even get into his moveset just looks badass. Like, just fucking look at this. He's an Archean machine with homing drill rockets for arms, an automatic turret mounted upon his head, and the front of a golden train for a face.
I mean, how can you not like this guy?
Yeah, his Auto Blaster deals some insane DPS, at least in the first few games, and automatically aims, and can be used in conjunction with his other attacks. His movement is made nice and fast by his charge attack. His ability to run people over the bottom path, or if you want to take the top path, you can have his drills explode into loads of mini homing drills. There is nothing wrong with Drill Sergeant.
You can just like hold down the automatic turret thing and be like, yep, you're dead.
Yep. There is no justification to put a Drill Sergeant any lower than halfway, as far as I'm concerned. Let alone the fourth worst Skylander of all time out of all 167. Nah, I'm not having it.
Not having it. Ah.
Yeah, we're not getting a break here.
Ah.
Yeah.
No. Sir is wrong. No.
Sir do be wrong, though.
No.
Sir do in fact be wrong.
He do be wrong.
So, Terrafin is probably the classic, the epistemological, the epistemological brawl, the original brawler character.
I mean, he got some silver knuckles.
Well, they start as brass knuckles, and then in Series 2 they kind of become steel spiked knuckles, and then in his Series 3 knockout Terrafin, they kind of become Thanos knuckles with spikes.
Thanos didn't exist.
But anyway, but seriously, not only is Terrafin just obviously iconic, but I don't like to defer to arguments like that all that often, because obviously almost all the first few Skylanders could say, oh, come on, they're iconic. This one, though, not only is he iconic, but also I have to say that I think that this is one of the best designed brawlers in the entire series, and I think it's an absolute disgrace that I think that, this would be the lowest rank he's given to any of the brawler characters that just go up and punch things. So, yes, Terrafin may be a pretty basic brawler, however, at least he has fast attacks, combos which add more depth to the brawling. He has something of a range attack with the little baby attack where you can send out, so he's not useless at range. But most importantly, he's actually really well designed in my opinion, because the fact he can swim through the earth as an earth shark is not only creative and a good way to make the earth element a bit more interesting. I think it's usually the most boring element. I'm not saying all earth Skylanders. I know we're both thinking of the same one right now that's really, really good.
Oh yeah.
But most Earth Skylanders, in my opinion, are some of the more boring ones, and I think this is not only a cool idea to make it more interesting, the idea of a shark that swims through Earth, but also it makes a lot of sense with the kit of like a brawler character, because the main problem with brawlers is having to get right up into people's faces means you just get hit all the time, and there's not much chance to dodge things. And then you have a move that literally makes you invincible whenever you want, essentially, by diving into the ground, and, well, obviously being invincible in the ground. I love it. And he's ranked 5th worst in the entire series.
I mean, there's a Pokemon that goes underground. I mean, one of the Pokemon Earth moves is Dig, so like they can go underground anyway. I just think it's cool. I think there's one where like you can see them under.
Oh my god! How did I already forget? No, I'm disgusted. No, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get this slander out of my face. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I think I've gone into pure, complete shock. I don't know what to say anymore.
Listen up, fuckaroos. Listen up, fuckaroos. Tornado is the single coolest air Skylander in the first game. I will have no one tell me different.
Put it down.
Okay.
Breathe.
I refuse to breathe. I would be taking air from my precious air Skylander. No, okay. But Tornado, seriously, is one of the most underrated Skylanders in the entire series, and it makes me near vomit to see it this low.
I am very upset.
Tornado is not only one of the fastest Skylanders in the series if you actually know how to use his moveset, not only capable of putting out very good DPS for a...
Also, Winged Hat.
Yeah, also Winged Hat. Not only are you capable of putting out an amazing amount of DPS for the first game standard if you know how to use him, by which I mean Top Path, and is not only one of the most survivable with his high armor stat and the ability to catch enemies in his tornadoes, which temporarily makes them unable to attack. And I just realized, I think Tornado might be the first character added to Skylanders that could ever do that. Because it was made like a main mechanic, obviously, in Swap Force, that were loads of attacks that could knock enemies down or into the air or wherever they couldn't attack. But I think Tornado was the first one to do it, now I think about it. So, yeah, there's a lot of firsts with Tornado. He is a fast, while also being super survivable character that also has DPS. He literally has everything. You just have to know how to use him. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. Anyway, that's all I've got to
SMH.
say on Warnado.
SMH. He doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve to be this low down.
Yep. Okay. So
Like, I understand it. He's slow. He kind of crap at, like, damagey things. And his hammers... Yeah. He shouldn't be that low down.
yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. I do like to joke about Crusher a decent amount because I do think he is the worst giant, unquestionably. But this is probably the only time I've seen someone be so harsh to Crusher that even I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's definitely the least interesting giant. I would say he's pretty meh. He's very slow. He is capable of really good damage with his hammer, but only should do a 3-hit combo, and only if, enemies don't dodge out of the way. Yes, his rock move is really hard to control and really impractical. And yes, his, green laser vision thing that turns people to stone is very niche in its application, since it doesn't actually deal any damage except with, certain upgrades. But all that said, at the same time, this is also the highest health Skylander ever created as far as I'm aware. I don't know, actually, well, Eon's Elites, technically, I think with triple stats can get more than this, but, I'm not counting weird technicalities like that. I think in terms of just normal versions of Skylanders, I think Crusher is the highest health Skylander ever created, and I think he's got to give him some interest for that thing. There was one thing I actually didn't know about him until recently, which is I barely ever used the move where he turns people to stone with his laser vision thing, but it has one really good use, which is that enemies that are invincible while spinning become vulnerable if you turn them to stone, so you can kill them much faster with Crusher. And even though his...
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, even though his move where he bursts into a bunch of rocks is super impractical in terms of, actually, trying to survive in Nightmare mode or whatever. If you're playing on an easier difficulty and you just want to rush a bunch of enemies down, it is some insane DPS if you just accept the hits you're going to take for doing it. So, yeah, I do say Crush is the worst giant. I do constantly, reaffirm that, and I do constantly make jokes at his expense. But it's not because I even think he's a bad Skylander. If I'm being completely honest, I think Crusher is just genuinely middle of the road. But the only reason why I rag on him so much is because he was middle of the road in Giants. And as far as I'm concerned, he is literally the only character in Giants who was meh. Everyone else in Giants was either good, great, or fucking amazing. I think you would agree, wouldn't you?
Yes.
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 So,
well approves.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Not the whale man.
Speak your piece.
Not the whale man. Excuse me. No. No. Anchor. No. Slide the you can vomit and has fish in it.
Does anyone here speak Scottish? Sorry, I had to.
I mean, mine was nicknamed Scottish Whale for the longest time, and only did I realise when I booted up the game a couple months ago for the first time in X number of years. And I put him on and it said Scottish Whale, and I was like, since when did I do that? So, there you have it.
Oh my god. So yeah, now I've only had a very short impression of Thumpback so far, because unfortunately Thumpback was the only giant I never had originally back in the day.
My man's got Ninjini, the rare one.
Yeah.
Didn't get Thumpback.
Didn't get Thumpback, got every other one, never saw Thumpback anywhere. Well over here did get Thumpback, so I have had the opportunity to play at theirs before, and I have now been able to play it obviously now on the emulator, but of course I haven't had that much experience with him, so yes, I can't talk that much, but I have to say, what I've played from him so far, I like Thumpback. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say he's an absolute banger character, top 50, whatever.
I mean, in my opinion, he's not second worst giant. That honor goes to Hothead, but...
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, Thumpback is definitely a good character as far as I'm concerned. I think one thing that's also, I can kind of see why, but I think one thing that's also kind of underrated about him is that he is a very unique type of character, which I don't think any other Skylander is in a weird way, because even though he does seem pretty generic with his brawling, I think he's the only Skylander I can think of who actually has a very long-range melee attack. So they're a melee character who can actually attack at a safe range instead of having to get right up in their face. Because, I mean, have you seen how long his anchor is? He can swing that miles in front of himself.
And he can spin.
Yeah.
Swing, swing.
Oh yeah, his
spin.
3-hit combo is like the strongest one in the game, I think. It just melts things. It seems like it destroys anything
Yeah.
except on Nightmare mode, but I mean that's because it's Nightmare mode. And even then, it'll destroy everything on Nightmare mode except like Archean shield tanks or whatever they're called, shield juggernauts.
Ones with the lasers.
Yeah. Thingy. So yeah, I think people don't give him enough credit sometimes, and I definitely think this guy hasn't given him nearly enough credit. Like Jesus, 8th worst. No. Okay then.
This is not Hon Hon Baguette.
This is not Hon Hon Baguette. Ah! I'm not okay with this. I am not okay with this. This is one of the first swappers I ever got, and I've got to say, I do not understand the hate for this character. Like, I usually would just be like, oh, well, I guess this guy's just got a bad opinion on this character. But from what I've seen, it seems like a lot of other people actually agree that Gorilla Driller is not a great character. I'm not sure if most people put him down this low, but I can't understand that. To me, Gorilla Driller has always been one of my favourite swappers. I absolutely love the fact that you can both build turrets and plant bombs with his bottom half and have up to 3 at once. His melee attack is incredibly satisfying as you can hold it at any point, and also it has a 3-hit combo where he gets to attack with both arms, rotating with both drills at the same time, dealing double damage, extremely good for melting down enemies. He's actually got decent range with his melee attack too, so it's actually applicable in Nightmare mode without getting yourself killed. And the ability to summon monkeys just gives you that last range attack you needed to give you some space and keep you alive if you're in a situation where just melee won't get you through. All 3 parts of this swapper are great. There is literally only one bad thing about Gorilla Driller as far as I'm concerned, and that is, unfortunately, his bottom half is slow. And obviously the fast bottom halves always tend to be the best ones. But the abilities of his bottom half, in terms of just combat, are some of the best ones, I think, out there. The ability to have up to 3 automatic turrets at once. I don't care if they don't deal that much damage. 3 of them at once, and also plantable bombs. I don't care. This is just Sprocket, but better. I said it.
I mean, I can't say much because I've not played him much, so.
Yeah.
You know? Better Sprocket.
Just gotta let the Doge Man go off.
The Doge Man gotta go off when he gotta go off, I mean.
Okay, right, well anyway. I don't remember if you had sunburn.
I never had sunburn, no, but this hurts me. I've played him.
You know, I actually don't know how I feel about this one. Okay, I will say definitely too low.
Definitely too low.
But like, I'm not sure if this is really, really too low or just a bit too low.
I think it's just a bit too low.
Because to be fair, okay, I will
you've
say
played
this.
him more than me.
Yeah. Even then, I haven't played him that much because even though I do own him, he was one of the last Skylanders from the first game to be added to my collection. I believe he was the second last. The last one was Warnado. I think, yeah, because I just don't remember his moveset being very interesting. He's got, he shoots fire on his main attack. He can teleport with his second attack, and that's kind of cool, but like, and it's a little bit slow, of course, as you'd expect with most moves. So, I mean, it has its utilities if you're just about to get hit and you need a burst movement option, but you can't, like, spam teleport to get through levels faster. It's only good if you, like, need to get out of the way of something instantly. I don't know, to be fair, it's been a while since I've used his teleport upgrade path. Most of the time I play on his flame breath upgrade path, because that's just more practical for killing things. His teleport upgrade path might have had a bit more depth to it, but definitely is a very simple character, one of the most simple out of all of them, even for the first game standards, I would say. So I could see him going nearly this low. Even then, this seems a little bit low for a classic like Sunburn. But maybe justified. It's just a bit of a difficult one, because of course, like, I want to say this calendar isn't bad, it's fine, but like at the same time, some of them are going to go at the bottom, and like, when I try and think of calendars that are worse than Sunburn, I can't think of that many. However, there are a couple that come to mind. Where is Slobbertooth? Where is Bash? Where is fucking Zap? But we'll get to that later. Any you'd like to add?
I've just remembered roughly where these guys are placed that you've just said.
Don't spoil it. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna get myself too mad about. Wait. Excuse me. What's your tone? Nah, yeah.
Bit harsh, but not gonna lie, It's harsh. It is. He should be a little bit higher up, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of Eruptor, just saying.
Apparently, I'm the only person in the entire world who likes Eruptor.
Like, he's good, I like him, but just
not like I'm a huge Eruptor fan or anything. But I feel like, again, like, I feel like the general hate for Eruptor is, man, he is so straightforward and boring. Oh man, I love Wallop from Trap Team because he has hammers that deal lots of damage and I can spam the hammers. But man, do I hate boring, straightforward characters that don't have much depth to them. You know, it kind of feels like a hypocritical thing.
He's living magma lava rock man. All he's gonna do is throw lava and explode.
I mean, okay, I will say this. I fully agree with Riptor's generic. Riptor. He's about to rip a fat one.
Riptide.
No. I fully agree that Eruptor is generic, but I don't think that it instantly shoots him down, considering that there are so many Skylanders with a super straightforward and not super deep moveset that are still absolute fan favorites. You know what? I'll even say it, even as someone who likes him. Boomjet. Yeah, you all fucking love Boomjet. But really, is Boomjet that deep? You throw bombs, you have a charge attack, you have an airstrike attack which just attacks in front of you and is slightly delayed, and you have a jet which you can dash on. You don't really have much depth on Boomjet, but people still like him, and they're not wrong to like him. He's fun. At the end of the day, even if they've got a bit of a boring moveset, they can be fun, and that's exactly how I feel about Eruptor.
People like Spyro, but that could just be nostalgia too.
I think that is all nostalgia. I don't think anyone unironically likes Spyro for anything but nostalgia. Okay, well, I say that. I forgot how busted his Ebex's Horn upgrade path is only in the first game. In the first game, he is literally actually nearly Drobot levels of broken with that charge. I forgot how unstoppable it is. But the second Giants hits, it becomes much worse. And by Swap Force, it's garbage. Actual garbage. Anyway, but getting back to Eruptor. Yeah, Eruptor, so I think that both of he's one of the examples where both the upgrade paths, it's actually really hard to choose between them, and I actually like it when that happens. If you weren't aware, the top upgrade path will generally increase the damage of the magma balls, but it'll also allow them to bounce further, and it'll also eventually get it so they've got, like, burned rock inside them, which makes them have, like, faces, and they leave pools of, like, lava on the ground as they land. It looks absolutely sick, and it deals a good amount of damage, and it gives him a bit more range to his attack. Which is obviously, usually you kind of just go for an attack like that, like your first attack, just because, you know, it's your range, it's your safe attack, it's nice and fast. You usually want that to be better. But then on the other hand, his eruption attack is capable of doing immense damage, and usually be a bad idea because it's slow and it only works at close range. But when you take the upgrade path, it improves his eruption, it becomes fast, it becomes much larger, it deals more damage than most moves in the first game. It is absolutely amazing at melting things in the first game. And it creates mini volcanoes around it, which spew out even more fireballs, which give it more range. So yeah, I gotta say, I'm not behind the Eruptor hate. I can completely get in not being in your top third pick of Skylanders, but I would not put him on the bottom third. Let alone 157th.
Oh, this is Nightmare.
Yes, Nightmare, I know you want to say.
How fucking dare you?
Oh, wait.
Put a veteran this low.
Oh, ha. Yeah, I'm going to pretend I get it.
Luna.
Oh.
If anyone knows who I'm talking about, they'll know.
I don't like this dog whistling being inserted into my friendly, wholesome, fucking Skylanders content.
Your Christian video.
Yeah, very Christian. Okay, so...
I mean, I'm here, so...
I get it. No.
Hey!
So anyway...
Yeah, I don't have much to say because she's from Trap Team, but like, look at her design!
Yeah, she's got a badass design.
She's an elf horse.
I've played her, I've not played her that much. I wouldn't think this low, I'm not sure. Maybe. I really haven't got many upgrades for her. I will admit her horn attack does seem so far like borderline useless. But I don't know. I gotta say, she's got a badass enough design that I feel like it should probably carry her a bit higher. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this one. I could just not know enough about this character. Tough luck. Okay.
Trap Team, so again, I don't have much to say. But
yeah.
Like, she looking badass.
Okay, so like, to give you an idea, like, yes, she is like, well, I say a brawler more like a swordsman, but you know, gets in your face and hit whacks you kind of character. Yeah, that can be pretty generic and boring. However, I will say this, I do think she's a little underrated because she's commonly thought of as like one of the most boring life Skylanders. And first of all, Bushwhack was also added in this game, and Bushwhack is like even more boring. And second of all, at least you have the ability to essentially. Okay, so her first attack is obviously just her swinging those, and her third attack is like a pounce where you can aim it and she'll like land somewhere. Yeah, those are pretty basic. But her second attack is quite interesting. It's kind of similar to Stealth Elves. Essentially, she starts walking around and leaving a trail of 4-leaf clovers. And if you walk back into that trail of 4-leaf clovers, you become invisible to enemies. And then when you press the attack button, you'll jump out of them with a pounce.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Don't get me wrong, I definitely think there are more creative life Skylanders out there, but I feel like this character is overhated, and just generally I think they get a bit more badassery points in my book. Also, the damage on this character is just absolutely goddamn stupid. Like, I know Crit King exists, and Crit King's damage is even more stupid, but like, second place maybe would probably be tough luck in terms of just stupidly high damage output.
Isn't a 4-leaf clover called a shamrock, or are they two different things?
I think so, but I do not know. Rubble Rouser, oh boy. So, fun fact, just about everyone considers Rubble Rouser to be the worst swapper. I guess this guy considers Gorilla Driller to be the worst and him to be the second worst. But it's kind of funny to see that because I actually really wanted Rubble Rouser more than any other swapper back when I first had... Now, to be fair, I didn't know exactly what it'd be like. I was just going off his Soul Gem preview. But yeah, now I will say this: I do think that he's not the best swapper, and yeah, there were better ones I could have picked, and it's maybe a good thing I didn't get him in the end. However, my God, I think he is overhated. I think probably what most people are just disappointed by is his bottom half. I will fully agree that bottom half. Yeah, very disappointing. After Gorilla Drillers had so much cool stuff to do with it, planting turrets and all that, and planting bombs, I thought that Rubble Rouser's bottom half might have some interesting stuff too. And watching the Soul Gem upgrade, I saw him drilling to the ground and go underground like Terrafin with it, and then pop back up and just smack people and summon miners from underground to attack people. And I thought that looked really cool until I realized it's extremely slow, doesn't have the ability to go very far actually, and the miners don't do that much damage. So yeah, I will agree his bottom half is pretty garbage. However, his top half, my God, people forget how good his top half is. Literally, I genuinely think that one of the strongest combinations of like swappers in the entire game is probably Rubble Blade. Because the main problem with Rubble Rouser is his bottom half is extremely slow and has a move that isn't that useful. Put that on Freeze Blade's bottom half, one of the fastest bottom halves in the game, and definitely the fastest in combination with its attack, and the ability to not bowl over enemies and hurt them over time and slow them with the ice, combined with the fact that Rubble Rouser has some of the highest melee damage in the entire game out of all the characters in Swap Force, combined with the fact that he's got his third attack where he slams his hammer into the ground and starts drilling out the ground and sending rocks flying everywhere while dealing constant damage. He's definitely one of the best picks if you're like in a boss fight where they've got phases where like you have to bait an attack and then they're vulnerable, because while they're vulnerable you can just slam that hammer on top of them and drill it into them and just mash damage on them super easily. You know, there's some Skylanders where in boss fights like that they just can't deal a constant burst of damage non-stop very easily, and it's so nice to be able to use Rubble Rouser on that. So yeah, I'll agree he's definitely not like one of the coolest swappers, but I will say this, he is severely underrated still, and he does not belong in 154th.
That was wrong.
Dive Clops is from Superchargers, I don't know. However, I will say this, it is very concerning to me that it took this long to get a Supercharger on the list. Moving on. It's another one from Superchargers. I think, what was this? It was Hard something. Oh no, it wasn't, it was Smash Hit. Never mind, I'm thinking of someone else. I was going to say Hard Luck. Now I'm thinking, is there a Skylander called Hard Luck, or am I making that up? I think I'm making that up.
Yeah, you're probably making that up,
yeah. Yeah, anyway.
I like his design, though.
Yeah. There's not much to say about this one, obviously never played him.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that Cortex was a disappointment in terms of his actual playability. Again, I haven't played him myself, but yeah.
Oh yeah, a non-Skylander in Skylanders. Yay.
So, when I was talking with Well here on Discord about this video previously, I dropped a little funny, a little May in the chat where I was just
Good
like,
old May.
Well, I did the classic panic meme format. You know, you got Jet Vac is in position 150th, panic. Actually, it's his Superchargers version, calm. Normal Jet Vac is 149th, panic, panic.
Jetpack's fucking cool. What the fuck are you doing? Why the fuck is he here? He shouldn't be here. He should be like, I don't know, in the double digits at least.
Yep. So, okay, I'm not gonna lie.
My baby, no!
I've been having such a nasty shot with so many characters.
Yes, you start a pack. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fun.
I've had such a nasty shot with so many characters that people just think are so boring, and I'm like, what? Like, there's so many characters that I thought everyone must have loved because everyone I knew loved them, and then I find out the general opinion online is they're actually not considered that great, and Jet Vac is one of them. Apparently, most people consider Jet Vac to be boring.
I managed to get through the helicopter level in Giants.
Or Gyro Adventure.
That one, mostly with Jet Vac.
Yeah.
It's just he's so fun.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So, yeah, I mean, personally, I've just always loved Jet Vac for his high mobility with the jetpack. I love how, with Guild Grunt, one of the other downsides of the jetpack is his top path was obviously better for damage in basically every situation, but then you would run out of water jetpack fuel, which was super important for your mobility. And you wanted to hit the bottom path to have infinite water jetpack fuel, but then your DPS would be garbage, and you couldn't have both. Whereas with Jet Vac, if you didn't know, you can recharge your jetpack's fuel, the air used to propel it, almost instantly by using a suck move. It just basically instantly charges it. So using combinations of his suck move in between moments of flying, in between moments of shooting, I don't know, it just feels like a good, well-rounded character where all of his moves are good. When I first played him, I used to think his suck-in move was garbage, and it kind of is unupgraded, and it's definitely not that great in a lot of situations, because obviously it sucks the enemies towards you and doesn't do a lot of damage until they're like right on top of you, which is like just asking to get hit. Which at first seems really stupid, but then there's lots of enemies in Giants that like do one big attack while they're invincible and then just like stand there for a few seconds. Like Spinning Cyclops was a great example. Like after they finish spinning, they just sit there and busy, and that's a perfect opportunity to just suck them up and just mulch them for a few seconds, and they're not going to hit you back because they can't move.
I mean, even Bark Demons and the Juggernauts have moments.
Yeah, even then.
They're not hitting you.
Yeah. And I especially fucking love the corkscrew move. Like, Jesus.
Yes.
It's so good.
Oh, it's also just cool to kind of just go whee and fly off, and you're like, yeah, corkscrew.
Already, you know my opinion on Guild Grunt if you watched my last video. As far as I'm concerned, Jet Vac is just Guild Grunt, but with a bit more flash and in the air element, and I absolutely love that for him.
He's just got more pizzazz, you know.
Yeah. Can we fucking talk about the fact that not only is Slobbertooth not 167th, but also that this guy...
Jet Vac?
This guy thinks that Slobbertooth is a bet. Let's go through the list now. We can't let him get away with any of these. This guy considers Jet Vac to be a worse Skylander than Slobbertooth. This guy considers Sprocket, as you said, to be a worse Skylander than Slobbertooth. This guy considers Crusher, Thumpback, Eruptor, Rubble Rouser, Gorilla Driller, all of these Skylanders. He considers them all worse than Slobbertooth. Warnado!
Fucking Warnado!
Drill Sergeant, Terrafin, yeah, they're worse than Slobbertooth. Slobbertooth. The gross Skylander that's got like nothing to do with the earth element, and all he does is bite things. Yes, I know he does have that one move where he like slams the ground with his tail, which is half interesting, but then also that move is really impractical and not actually that great. So yeah, I'm kind of offended. I'm sure that Well is too.
I'm nodding. You can't see, but I'm nodding.
Yeah, she's looking quite dejected and traumatized.
I'm very distraught. No bombshell. No.
I know a couple people who love the first game are going to be pretty bad about this, and yeah, they'd be absolutely right to. Look, okay, I will fully agree that Whamshell is not like a gem of the first game. It kind of makes sense that he only ever got a light core and not any other reposes. But that being said, Jesus Christ, he's one of the more interesting melee combat characters in terms of how the melee feels, even if it is still pretty straightforward melee combat. And I think that
it's about just sentient armored crab.
Yeah, I think he's got a really sick design. I just realised I don't think I've ever seen where light core Whamshell lights up. I assume it's the mace. Yeah. I'd love to see that because I love this pose for him.
It's a cool pose.
Yeah.
Like the little gremlin man he is with his sharp teeth.
Yeah, I wouldn't dwell on this one too long, though. All I'm going to say is hard disagree.
Oh, no. Now, I did say that I considered Hothead worse than Thumbback. I did say that.
Yeah.
Would I put him here?
No.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Bike! Bike. That's all I'm saying. Bike. Bike. But just
Mike?
bike.
Mike? Mike? Okay.
Are we seagulls now?
Yes. So I thought, I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I would have thought that I would have to say a lot to defend Hothead here because I would have thought the general consensus would be that he's boring, but it does actually seem that most people like Hothead online, which is good to hear because it definitely, I will say this, when you look at him straight away, he does look like, looks like they made Budget Eruptor as a giant. Woohoo. When you look at him straight away, he doesn't look that exciting. However, I gotta say, for what he is, they put a lot of work into making him a little bit more interesting than just, hello, I am fire.
His light up bit is kind of sad though.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, fair enough. It is absolutely garbage that he has 3 flames on his figure. And not only does only one of those flames light up, but it would have been better if it's at least would have been better if it was the 2 flames in his hands that lit up and not the flame on his head. But it's the other way around. It's only the flame on his head and the 2 flames on his hands do not light up. It's I'll admit that sucks. However, 1, his shoulders are literally oil tanks, and it took me ages to realize that, and that's cool. 2, he has the fire symbol on his back. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
I think all the giants have their element on them somewhere.
Do. I'm trying to remember where some of them are, though.
Back is also on his back. It's on one of the metal things.
I imagine it's on him somewhere, but I can't remember where the life symbol is on T-Rex.
I want to say it's on his head.
I mean, what am I doing? I've got my T-Rex figure up there.
Have a gander, shall we? I think it's on his head.
Oh, yeah! Wait, that is the life symbol!
Yeah, did you never
It looks a little bit different. It's not quite as circular, so I never noticed. That is the life symbol!
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I just kind of thought, there's his eyebrows.
There's 3 of them!
Yeah, 3 eyebrows.
For 2 eyes?
Yes.
Oh, I know, he's saving one for eyebrow.
Yeah.
That is eyebrow.
You're a real homie. No, anyway. So, seriously though, talking about his moveset. The ability, what really makes Hothead much more interesting is the fact that he can actually throw oil onto his opponents and then ignite the oil and not ignite the fire, although it will cause fire to ignite when you ignite oil. That is true. Yeah. But it will deal much more damage to enemies, and I love how it could have just been easily a spammy character. It could have just been, I hold down fire attack, I don't use the other ones. But instead, you actually have use for all 3 of your moves. Even if you don't take the upgrade path that makes his Rain of Fire better, the fact that it stays and you can use other attacks while there's still fire raining from the sky, and the fact that obviously you have the best DPS when you take advantage of that alongside the fact that enemies are oiled up, it means that literally all 3 of his attacks are useful no matter which upgrade path you take. Which isn't the case for a lot of Skylanders, actually. For a lot of Skylanders, if you take an upgrade path that makes one move better but not the other, you just kind of stop using that other move, except if you really, really need to. And I feel like this is one of the few Skylanders where it doesn't matter which path you take. First of all, both of them are great, and second of all, that both, all 3 moves will still be great no matter which path you pick.
And third, bike.
Bike? I am not having this. I'm not having it.
Can't say anything.
I'm not having it. So I haven't played most of the Skylanders from Trap Team that much, especially the cores, because I'm not going to lie. Okay, I know that this is not exactly a great opinion to put out there if I want people to get behind me, but so far, I'm actually not really enjoying Trap Team.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I know that most people think that Superchargers is where the quality started to dip, but I gotta say, I'm not that into Trap Team so far, and I feel like a lot of it is because it feels like the game is constantly forcing me to use Trap Masters when I don't want to. And I get it, every game does that, their new gimmick becomes something you have to do. But seriously, at least in Swap Force, I can spend most of my time not having to be a swapper, and then occasionally have to swap out. In Trap Team, it always feels like there's Craptanian crystals blocking a collectible, and it's like, okay, shit, now I've got to change to a trapper, otherwise I can't break the crystals. And then later there's an elemental gate, and I'll try and open it, It's like, oh yeah, now I need a trap master to open the gates, and then there'll be multiple elemental gates in the level. Anyway, so I have to use a lot of trap masters. It feels like I'm forced to use them. So I've had to use a good amount of the time, and so there's been one in particular I've been using a lot, and it is Head Rush. I had heard that Head Rush was agreed to be the worst trap master, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll see what they're like. I guess they do look like they might be a little bit dull. They just got, like, these horns. Maybe they just run at people with them. No, I disagree. I've played this character now. I'm not having it. In a game where every Skylander got slower, it is so cool to be able to play a character who just charges the fuck in there and bowls over hordes of enemies with her horns and then starts yodeling them to death. I'm not kidding. She yodels and everyone around her just dies. It's one of the highest DPS moves I've seen so far. It's just like constant 70 damage, 70 damage, 70 damage. As long as they're inside, it's yodeling.
All I'm going to say is you're going to need to edit out my name a hell of a lot.
I really am. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. You know, it's just, I don't even think it. Don't even think it.
I mean, you've known me this long, it's bound to happen.
Shit. Well, anyway.
That's cool.
You know, at this point, what I was thinking of doing is actually cutting around the bits where I say your name and then just either
Like,
get rid of it if it wasn't important. No. Getting rid of it if it wasn't important, or just, saying it again and then using the second cut. But
or you can
at
just
this
use
point,
the funny text-to-speech.
But yeah, at this point, I'm doing it so much, like, without even thinking, that I think I'm literally just gonna, like, just put, like...
Would smash.
Yes, definitely would smash Dominatrix. Well, no, not quite that way, but yeah, she can step on me anytime.
That's a different video.
That is a different video. You are correct about that one. That is a different video.
Moving on. Baby, no! How dare you, sir? She is fast. Excuse me? She is have you got her flying move? Do you have the fastest winged hat flying move? She is speed. Also, her horns and, like, the lightning thing, and, like, it's pretty fucking cool. But, like, speed,
ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a bit of turbulence because the disrespect for the original characters is through the fucking roof!
the blasphemy! The absolute whirlwind slander. Also, I will say, though, that her voice is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But the slander! How?
The slander?
I'm gonna go and cool down. Hold on.
Okay, understandable. Okay, right. You can take a break. Yeah. You can come back in a few minutes if you want. Okay, right. Nah, I'd just like you guys to know she has unironically left the room. Anyway. So, Whirlwind has the speed, and Whirlwind has the smarts. Okay, I may have slandered her a little bit myself in my tier list. I'll admit that. However, oh, she's back. However...
Slam the door for extra effect.
Good. However, as I say, I was saying in that video that even though I wasn't ranking her that highly, that one was in the context of the first game's characters, which there wasn't really many bad ones in the first game, bar Wrecking Ball and Bash. Yes, I said Wrecking Ball. Don't at me.
I will at you, sir.
You will at me the second that you leave my house.
Yes.
You will be standing out in the street using my Wi-Fi to at me continuously on Discord. You fucking stalker. Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, so Whirlwind does have a lot of extra depth to her gameplay with obviously all the strategy that comes with the clouds, the ability to create traps with them by arcing lightning together, the ability to multiply your shots off of them if you line them up correctly, the ability to heal your allies with them, even though it is super annoying when you have no allies to heal. But if you can heal with them, that's pretty cool. And also, I will just say that the Rainbow of Doom path, the fully charged Rainbow of Doom, is one of the most badass looking projectiles in the game.
Sorry about that.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, I think I had my.
Yeah, I think that's pretty thorough.
I need to intake liquids.
Bruh, she's one of Eon's elite. How can you diss one of Eon's elite? well, then again, Ghost Roaster is one of Eon's elite. I don't know how he got in there. You should have spit out the water for effect well.
I would have wet your keyboard. And you. Wouldn't have. Shut! I have a bottle, I can hate you!
You are very capable of doing that.
I am indeed. Also, I could.
You just had to say it like that, though.
I could also hit your microphone. And then we'd have a problem.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Wait, what?
No, not the first time the first time anyone's hit. No.
No, I mean with water.
Oh, with water.
Yeah.
Water.
Also,
Pause.
the fuck.
Oh yeah, can we talk about what's on screen right now?
Nanny the fuck.
Yeah, you know, I just... Yeah, they have no goddamn respect for Giants or Spyro's Adventure. They just clearly don't. Yeah, Hot Dog, listen, okay, I get it. He's not the best addition in Giants. However, you've got, first of all, the fact that his range attack actually has quite a lot of variety in it. He's got the straight shot, he's got the arced upward shot on the second attack, and then on the third combo attack, you've got the triple shot. You've got the pinwheel upgrade, which allows you to use your third attack to hover in midair and shoot fireballs everywhere. You've obviously got your combos, which always add more depth to the character's primary attacks. Just generally, I don't think there's much wrong with I was going to say Fire Dog. Yeah, it's because I'm looking at Firebone Hot Dog and I'm mixing. I'm not dyslexic, but I'm gaining temporary dyslexia right now. Anyway, yeah. To be honest, I thought I'd have more to say about Hot Dog. I do thoroughly disagree with this placement.
I also
he belongs.
Also, I'm now thinking: do all Skylanders have their element on them somewhere? Because Hot Dogs is on his collar.
Oh no, not all Skylanders.
Oh, no.
I can guarantee that. But yeah. Trailblazer, okay, I don't know much to say about this one. I mean, I literally not even played. I put them on the portal and
Yo,
team.
Rapidash? Yo, Ponyta?
I am going to pretend that I don't have a slight idea what you might mean by that. Okay.
The people who know will know.
Well, okay, anyway. You gotta be dropping all these horrible references.
Sorry.
You know, in my content.
I mean, it's only been Pokemon, Andromeda, and MLP so far. There may be more, you never know.
Disgusting. Jesus Christ, at least drop a Red Dwarf reference.
Can't do that right now, okay? I can't think of one that would fit.
Pathetic.
Unless... Would you like any toast?
Oh, you know, I was slow to get that one. Not the best one, but yeah, whatever. It's a Red Dwarf reference.
There you go. That's you. You never know. You might get one later on.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know much to say about this one. Of course, I've not even really played them. All I will say is, I might not disagree with this when I play them because so far this looks like one of the most filler generic Skylanders ever added. So maybe I'll actually agree with this. Maybe I won't agree with this.
Oh no. No, I've not. I've barely played Slam Bam, so I can't say much.
Yeah, okay.
I never got him for Giants, but this hurts.
It do hurt.
He's
okay.
a four-armed abominable snowman ice monster.
Okay.
Well, water. But,
I will admit, I'm not going to drop an impassioned defense of Slam Bam. I'll say this: mid. They deserve middle of the list. I don't think they deserve this lot.
Yeah.
I think I'll move on. We do have another 141 to get through. Now, to be fair, we'll go a lot faster towards the middle. There's not much to talk about on those ones. Cinder 140th.
No, I like Cinder. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I mean, I did put Cinder in F tier in my own tier list, but again, that's within the context of the first game.
I managed to beat the Facadeville bit of Willikin Village with Cinder. Now that is only a bit of the level, but that is also because Undead was strong in that zone, and I was like, I will use Cinder.
It is also only level 7.
It is also only level 7.
It is also L plus ratio. Your point is made invalid.
That one's flown over my head, my dude.
Oh wait, you're actually not in on this. Okay, never mind.
No, I'm not in on that one. I live under a rock when it comes to memes, by the way.
It's just a Twitter joke. It's just like...
Also, Cinder with the pilgrim hat. Oh, masterpiece.
Pilgrim hat?
Yeah, I mean, it's not on there, but like, it's one of the hats.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Bookshot.
Yeah,
I actually didn't realize this is a Magic guy. I only know about this guy because, of course, I've heard of Heartbreaker Bookshot, the Skylander that was never released. but is still literally in the game's code, and they literally even have promo art of him on the website and all that, and they just never actually made the toy. That's the only reason I knew about the Skylander. I actually didn't realise that they were magic when in their normal skin. Oh!
Oh, so
No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No.
Slanderous.
Okay, right. It's funny because I was literally just talking to Well here earlier before watching this video. I actually forgot where Washbuckler was. I was just telling her how I think that honestly, if I put my nostalgia aside for characters like Gil Grunt and all that, and if I just judge them all objectively, I think Washbuckler might be the most cool character anyone ever got in a starter pack. Like, can we talk about how actually god tier Washbuckler is for a starter pack character?
The man's got tentacles.
He's got amazing mobility with that bottom half, which also deals enormous damage, has the ability to ink enemies to slow them over, has the ability to bowl enemies over to cancel their attacks. He has the ability to trap enemies in bubbles where they get eaten alive by piranhas and also disables their attacks.
Yo.
And he has the ability to cut them up with his swords, which, yes, that's basic. However, he's got some of the better DPS out of the characters in the game.
Stealth elf.
He's one of the most well-rounded characters just in general. And on top of that, he has the ability to summon a gigantic ship made of water. Like, come on!
Oh.
Literally, this is one of the most well-rounded Skylanders out there. I mean, again, he's got it all. He's got mobility, he's great at range.
He has a beautiful mustache.
Yeah, he's great at range, he's great with mobility, he's great up close, and he has 2 ways to disable attacks or cancel them to prevent himself from getting hurt, while also being able to put out really good damage considering everything he has. Yes, there are a couple characters in the game that can do more damage than him faster, but not as safely as him. Especially when one of his most damaging moves is just charging into them with his tentacles, and that's one of the things that cancels their attacks. So you can be both murdering them and preventing them from even doing any damage. I will not accept this. Will I accept this? I'm gonna lean towards no. I'm gonna lean towards no. Okay, so like this. Okay, we're getting to the point where we're not actually no. Halfway through is like 80. No, wait, no, I'm not standing for this. I was
halfway through is 83.5.
Yeah, and I knew it wasn't literally 80. I was just saying like. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Stink Bomb is not this bad. Stink Bomb is one of my less like picked swappers. I mean. Basically, I like his shuriken attack. I'm not that big on his palm attack, although the charge move with the poison acorn ain't too bad. And his bottom half I do think is one of the less useful bottom halves, although obviously the ability to go invisible is certainly not useless. And I used to think it was really bad because it was slow, but I didn't realise one of the first upgrades for it was to make it faster. And that is actually a good upgrade. You can notice how much faster he moves when you buy that. So... yeah, I think this Stink Bomb is a middle-of-the-road Skylander overall, and so I do think this is pretty heavily underrated.
Nope. No.
No respect for the fucking classics.
Oh, my heart. Oh, I'm in pain. Sonic Boom is good. Yeah.
Can we talk about how fucking fast she flies? Like, I think she might actually be the fastest character in the game, technically, with that fly. I can't think of a Skylander that moves faster than her with that fly. And I think that alone is enough to justify her being in the top half. With how valuable speed is in Skylanders. Because so many characters who are supposed to be quote-unquote fast aren't even that fast.
She can have 4 babies that can all fly with her.
And the mega babies.
And the mega babies that can fly with her. She can scream at them and they can scream back. Multiple screams!
And I mean, if that isn't good enough for you, Series 1 Sonic Boom here has been accused of infanticide. Where is his is her baby?
I mean, I used to think Sonic Boom was a guy, so...
yeah.
Can't comment on that.
Yeah, he looks generic. I've not played him. I put him on the portal, that's it.
Is that Kaboom? Is that his name?
Yeah, Kaboom.
He's the nuke sound effect from Zombies.
True.
Slander. Fucking slander. This. No!
No, can we talk about this?
I'm not going to do that twice. But
okay, right. Well, it is funnier the third time.
Hey, I'm out. I'm gone.
He's gone. Right,
I'm gone.
okay. Not
having this. This is bullshit.
Right, well now that idiot's left. Nah, but seriously, Ninjini is a fucking badass, as far as I'm concerned. Was one of the cooler designs, one of the better light-ups, one of the better figures. Absolutely love the golden blades on unupgraded Scarlet and Genie. It's a shame that they disappear when she gets upgraded because the upgrades change the appearance of her swords, but the golden blades on Scarlet and Genie are badass as well.
Scarlet and Genie is gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Will definitely smash.
Yeah. Yeah, I do understand that some people are like, oh yes, she just gets up to people and swacks them with her swords, because to be fair... We'll get to the orbs. Get to the orbs. Wait. We'll get to the orbs. Anyway.
This man needs to be executed post-haste. This is heresy.
Right away. Anyway. So I understand that, oh yeah, you just slash people with her and all that, because to be fair, her ball move is generally not that great, even if you take its upgrade path, I will give you that. And her orbs certainly don't seem that great in Giants. However, first of all, obviously you can actually take their upgrade path to improve them. But second of all, more importantly, I will say, have you ever, well, two things. Ninjini is one of the fastest Giants in the game. They have the same speed as Bouncer. And Ninjini and Bouncer both have triple the speed of every other giant. The only other giant that can keep up with him is Swarm, but that's only with his fly move. Without his fly move, then yeah, Ninjini and Bouncer are the fastest giants in the game, tied. And they even move faster than a decent amount of normal Skylanders who aren't giants. Yeah, they have 60 speed.
Wow.
And to put that in perspective, Spyro has 50 or something like that. So they are genuinely not very slow for giants, which is very nice. I think that's another thing, because most of Ninjini's size is in her height, that also means her hitbox is not huge because she's a giant. Like, she's actually still got a relatively reasonable hitbox while having a pretty good movement speed while still being a giant. Not to mention just how cool her animations look for while doing a feat of strength, picking up rocks. She doesn't even touch them, she just floats them and all that. But genuinely though, put Ninjini in Swap Force, and I know that you can't speak on this, but they genuinely made her so much better in Swap Force as well, because their orbs actually become deadly. Because in Swap Force, they realized their orbs were pretty weak, and they were only really used because it was their only proper range attack. And so they made it so that even though they do the same damage now, every single orb will always knock people into the air. Which, one, makes them completely unable to attack and will cancel any attack they're in the middle of doing. And two, while they're in the air, all hits will crit no matter what. And you can even juggle them mid-air. Before they hit the ground, you can hit them with the other orb and juggle them towards you and then slash them to death.
I want. Yes.
Now, I understand I completely get that a lot of people probably wouldn't even know that, because most people probably only play Ninjini and Giants, and they wouldn't have thought she'd be much different in Swap Force. But seriously, Ninjini and Swap Force, it's such an improvement. And she was already, in my opinion, completely fine in Giants, just a little bit straightforward. Anyway, yeah, deserves way, way higher than this. Oh! Well, okay, you know, at least I know this one isn't an uphill battle, because I don't think many people will disagree that Doomstone is badass. If anything, I think my opinion is probably not quite as high of Doomstone as most people's. It seems like most people's favourite swapper is Doomstone. I wouldn't say he's my favourite swapper, but my god, he's definitely one of the better ones, and seeing him this low is disgusting. He is actually genuinely quite fast with that bottom half. Not to mention the bottom half's attack is actually really, really good, dealing a good amount of damage in a wide area and being pretty safe overall. His melee, yeah, not quite as good as the Rubble Rousers, but definitely does the job and still does a good amount of damage and has a very satisfying charge attack. And that shield, like, they just made Chop Chop shield, but actually good, and with Medusa snakes on it. That's all you need from me. Yeah, Doomstone, definitely a super underrated pick. Well, not... If anything, maybe a bit overrated, because most people like him, but by this guy, underrated.
How dare you fucking put Richtoff in this... sorry. Deadpool that... No, wait. The guy from the... No, it's Tom Holland... No. Nolan North, that's it. How dare you put him this low? How motherfucking
You must have rehearsed that. No, anyway. Yeah, so if you didn't know, I got a bit of a shock because we were looking through like who voice acted a decent amount of the Skylanders, and I usually don't care about that stuff. Like I really don't know a lot of voice actors, even really well-known ones. And I was absolutely just gobsmacked to find out that Nolan North is the guy who voices Doombug. Who, yes, as well just said, if you did not know, Richtofen. Yeah, look up COD Zombies. He's a mad German scientist who we all stan, and is just delightfully cartoonishly evil. Well, depending on the version.
Depending on the version, yeah.
Well, yeah, different timelines, Primus Richtofen, maybe not so much, but, like, yeah, that's not a rabbit hole for a Skylanders video. Either way, yeah,
it's Nikolai's in this game.
Yeah, that too. It's so hard to imagine Nolan North voices both of these. But all that aside, this is disgusting to me to see Doombug this low, because Doombug has become one of my favourites in Swap Force Out of the Cause. I absolutely love, first, just simply his range attack is very satisfying, even if it is basic. I do like the charge attack, how it's not like most charge attacks where you just hold it and fire one big shot. While you charge it, it shoots out quick triple shots, and then when it's fully charged, you shoot out a huge shot afterwards. I love the ability to roll enemies up into magical dung balls that are just stick them to him, make them take increased damage while stuck in them, completely disable them, being able to roll it around and chuck people wherever you want. And this is actually a character I don't mind seeing flight on, because the extra mobility is more than welcome. Not to mention it's really cool to see his animations for shooting sparks out from his wings that can damage enemies when he jumps and stuff like that. As far as I'm concerned, this is a very underrated Skylander with a very cool design, very fun gameplay, even if it is a little bit straightforward, and a very good voice actor. Not played much with Blackout, but looks cool. Not played much with Echo, but so far she looks really cool to me. I am surprised they put her this low, but maybe I need to play her more. I think this might be a controversial take, at least, because from what I've seen, most people seem to really like Drawbreaker, but again, not played with him much, so I can't really say. Oh! Now this one I will take a stand on.
Not Hex.
I'm at least pleasantly surprised
Hex
he put
iconic.
I'm at least pleasantly surprised he put Hex this high, because I know people would put her fucking lower. Hex is super underrated. I did not think I'd be saying that, but I'm surprised just to see how hated she is in the community. Jesus Christ, what the actual hell is wrong with her? There's nothing wrong with her is the answer to that. She has got a good range attack. Her skull attack is super effective and really good at being able to deal with enemies from a safe distance with both being guaranteed not to miss and dealing good amounts of damage. Her bone walls are fucking sick. You're the problem. Anyway. Can we talk about this?
Oh,
Can we talk about this one?
No. Slandered.
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 Slandered. Slandered.
Big ol' slandered.
Slandered.
Yep.
Anyway, so yes, Zook, I'm sure that most of you already know why Zook is cool. In fact, I mean, from what I see, it seems like he's one of the most commonly, named Skylanders when it comes to talking about underrated Skylanders, so I don't think I have to argue that much for Zook. But, yeah, he's kind of forgotten a little bit just because of the fact that he was in the life element, and the first game, Spyro's Adventure, knocked it out the fucking park with the life element, case in point Stealth Elf, case in point Camo. So it makes Zook, in comparison, look a little bit less interesting. But when you actually look at him objectively and stop thinking of him in the same category as those Skylanders, you realise he's still one of the best Skylanders from the first game. The ability to have his shots shoot out shrapnel is really cool. The ability to put up barriers that the enemies prioritise attacking over you. The ability to shoot his Mauler at certain distances and aim it to hit people from above. But especially the ability to take the path with the cacti, which makes it so you can damage people with your barriers just for having them touch them, which can melt enemies really quickly if you place barriers on top of them. But then even more practically, the one issue with that is that obviously you have to get right in their faces to be able to put the barriers up, which is a big problem. But then you get the upgrade which allows the mortar to place barriers when it lands in places, and then you can have it so the mortar splits into 3 shots, and then you've got essentially the ability to aim and launch cacti wherever you want them to go into patterns of 4, where enemies will just constantly be stuck getting spiked over and over and over. It is actually a surprisingly strategic character when you get him fully upgraded and you take that path, and definitely one of the most satisfying ones to play. Absolutely slandered here. I don't know anything about this character.
Can't see anything. Oh, not true. No.
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 No. Aye.
No.
Hey. No. No, 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 no.
One of the most satisfying projectiles out of any of the Skylanders I've seen. He's got the barriers, which I will admit they're not as good as Zook's cacti, but they've got the same kind of vibe going. It's a very unique and interesting thing. He's got the parachuting like mushrooms. He's got the self slingshot. There is nothing wrong with Shroom Boom. I won't say he's one of the best characters in Giants, but I'll say that every character in Giants is damn good. And if he's fine by Giant standards, that means he's damn good. No idea.
Can't say anything. Running down to the Riptide. Take me away to the dark side. I want to be your left-hand man.
Riptide. Fucking Riptide.
No! He's got his fish!
This guy considers Riptide to be better than every other Skylander mentioned so far. Listen, I know there's some people who are there to defend Riptide. I will say this. The idea isn't a bad one. I like the idea that you have a swordfish that you can throw out for a hammerhead shark.
I put him mid, honestly.
Oh, that's not the point. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess we won't agree. Because my point is that I think he's one of the worst ones.
Is he?
In my opinion.
I've enjoyed him when I've played him.
Oh, really? Oh.
So I'd probably put him lower mid, but I'd put him mid.
Oh no, I didn't like him. I'll say this. I do think his idea is cool. I think it's cool that you can have a swordfish that you throw away and you get a hammerhead shark instead, and then you whack people with a hammerhead shark and you throw that away, you get your swordfish back. Really cool, except I don't really notice much of a difference at all between using the hammerhead and the swordfish, which is really disappointing, honestly. And that wouldn't be so bad if then maybe his third attack was a bit more interesting, or if he had more types of weapons with more noticeable differences. Kind of like Pop Fizz had 3 potions. This guy only has 2 weapons. And at least with Pop Fizz, the potions have very, very distinct different effects. The different effects of the Hammerhead Shark versus the Swordfish aren't very noticeable. I think the Hammerhead is a bit slower, but a bit more damage, but I can't notice, to be honest. But his third move especially just disappointed me. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks cool. It looks cool to just slam a big whale down in front of you. But then I look at the damage. Bro, it does something like 40 damage. That's nothing in Swap Force. You can deal 70 damage just for whacking someone once with your hammer as, Rubble Rouser. And, I get it. It's extremely, large in terms of hitbox size, so I guess maybe it's low damage to balance that out. But one, since when has the Skylanders ever cared about balance? Case in point, Battle Arena. Mm-hmm. But two, as well as that, it's a really slow move that has a cooldown on it as well. I don't think just having a large hitbox is justification enough for such a slow and enormous move to only deal 40 damage in a game where simply meleeing someone with an unupgraded Rubble Rouser with his hammer once does 70. I don't think you can justify that. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Riptide has somewhat of an interesting idea, but it's completely wasted on him. And I think he's one of the worst characters in Skylanders, and I can hardly believe he's been put above all these other ones that have been mentioned so far.
Also, I forgot that Kevin Sorbo is the voice of Crusher.
I do not know who that is.
He plays Hercules, and he's Dylan Hunt in Andromeda.
Oh, okay. I've not watched Hercules.
No.
This is another guy I haven't played with. I put him on the portal in Trap Team. He looks very boring and forgettable.
Is he just Clouds?
Yeah.
Discount Zeus. AKA Discount
Literally, because his name is Thunderbolt.
Discount Lightning Rod, sorry. Chompy Mage! My boy!
I literally don't have to know anything about how Chompy Mage plays in Imaginators to know this opinion is factually wrong, because Chompy Mage cannot be this bad.
Giant Chompy!
I'm gonna have PTSD flashbacks. Well, that's rather grim. Grim Creeper is one of the cooler melee characters. I love this third attack, being able to launch people with the spin around. Yeah, it's badass.
And then when you can hold it, just...
And I understand that his Delivering Armor attack, where he can chain into multiple people by letting his soul leave his body and then having his body catch up to his soul, is not super practical, but at the same time, I don't care. It's super fun. It has combat potential. I am not having Grim Creeper slander. I don't know. I'd put him higher. I think he's upper mid. Rhino! Okay, actually, you know what? I'll say it. I'm actually not that mad with this placement. I mean, I wouldn't go quite this low. I know loads of you love Frino. From what I can see, the general consensus seems to be that Frino is the best brawler character. And don't get me wrong, I do like the heat mechanic. I just wish I could feel it more, you know? A lot of the time when I play flat Frino and I'm using the heat to increase my damage, it doesn't actually feel like I notice it. It feels like, you know, I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't have heat a lot of the time. Which is just what bothers me about Frino. If that was more of a prevalent mechanic, I probably wouldn't have that complaint, and I'd probably agree with people when they call him one of the best brawlers ever made for Skylanders. Personally, I'm not big on him. Even then, I wouldn't go this harsh, but because there's not really anything wrong with him. He's just a little bit basic, in my opinion. Oh yeah, by the way, we're kind of running out of energy to be pissed at literally every single pick, so might start speeding it up a bit now.
Yes.
Never mind! I'll let you speak on this issue, because I know that you would feel a lot more passionately about this.
Peeps, folks, my dudes, my G's, guys, hello. Tree-Rex is fucking good. Okay?
You heard it here first.
I mean, have you seen his you upgrade his arm smash attack and you can get it really big, you slam the ground, it slows down time. Really fucking cool. Plus, he's a giant. He can squish chompies. It's quite fun. Also, bird. Woodpecker, bird. Laser beam, great fun. Bird, yes.
Bird?
The bird is the word. No. I'm not done. Don't take this microphone off me.
I'm not allowed to snatch the microwave. The mic.
Yes, this is a microwave. Also, have you seen Gnarly Tree-Rex? He's blue. Dabba dee dabba die. He looks amazing.
I wanna die.
It's good. I have a lot of things to say. Tree-Rex is a starter pack? Sure. He good. I like him a lot. He's good. Woodpecker. Just as a cute little friend to have along with you, you know. Great fun. And just the slam. Just the smash. So we don't talk about the charge. We don't talk about that. But like slam, hand, arm. Okay,
Don't break your leg.
I'm done. You can have your microphone back now.
If you weren't convinced by that very persuasive and very well thought out speech, then Jesus Christ, I don't know why I'm holding this mic trying to convince you. No, but yeah, seriously. So, Will here likes Tree-Rex a little bit more than me, but that's not to say I dislike Tree-Rex. I definitely like Tree-Rex still. I personally was more just a fan of his photosynthesis cannon and his bird. Those are the two things I really liked about him. I wasn't as big on his charge-up attack, I'm not going to lie. I kind of think that's a little bit duty, a little bit bad.
Mm.
Oh, I was actually expecting you to scream at me when.
What, the charge attack?
No. I said the charge ups and then slam attack. Not like the.
Oh, like the holding.
Holding, yeah. Yeah, now you're gonna scream at me,
sir. You are incorrect.
However, I will say that his charge into the elbow drop is sick, but mostly the photosynthesis cannon. I love the photosynthesis cannon. That is my favorite part about Tree-Rex.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons to like Tree-Rex. I definitely wouldn't put him at the top, but Jesus Christ, 118th, you have not played Giants. You know what? That's the solution. I've just realised. I've cracked the code. This guy's even more of a fucking zoomer than us. He hasn't played the first 3 games.
Oh!
It all makes sense now. Oh, that's it. He's literally just looking at them on Google Images. That's what it'll be. Nah, do it. Speaking of Zeus, can we talk about... Okay, right, so I will say that his different upgrade paths aren't that interesting, but that being said, as a base character, there's a lot to be interested in with Lightning Rod.
I just like he can summon and throw lightning. He has no legs, he just...
Yeah, his figure is badass, the fact that he actually uses the base of the figure as his bomb and all that. Yeah,
He
yeah.
holds
The fact that his
lightning.
lightning bolts actually stick in the enemies even after they hit and continue to
Yes.
electrocute them. The fact you can have clouds surrounding them around you, attacking for you. The fact that you can have... I mean, the main thing for me is the control bolt of lightning, which you can move at the same time as moving the lightning and just absolutely obliterate enemies from above with it, especially when you get it fully upgraded. I don't know if you remember this, Sally. Did you have Lightning Rod? Yeah,
Yeah,
when
I
you
got
fully upgrade it, and like the kind of like ghost or almost version of himself comes out from his top
yeah,
with the hands. Yeah, like
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
Not bouncing, not bouncing, not no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I am not
No.
going to even fucking. You know what? I don't care. You know
No.
what? I think
No.
that basically 90%
Yeah.
of Skylanders fans already who've played Bouncer even once even already know how wrong this is. I don't even think I have to make an
He
argument. I'm
has
pretty sure
pew
everyone
pew
already knows.
bouncy pew pew bullets.
Yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, we don't even have to argue about this. We don't even have to argue. Oh, listen.
Ouch.
I know his bottom half sucks, but have you played the top half of Trap Shadow? That's one of the fucking sickest looking melee characters I've ever seen. Like, Jesus Christ, those fast, stylish melee attacks with the claw marks being left in the air with the purple colour scheme looks beautiful. And not to mention that thrown trap is actually capable of an insane amount of damage. You can easily forget because it's a bit more awkward to use than just using a melee attack. But the actual damage output of that thing is kind of crazy. Just, no, I won't have this. I have not played enough of Enigma to really say, but so far I've enjoyed him, and this seems very harsh.
Oof.
No idea who the hell this even is. What is even the name of this guy? I can't read it because it's too blurry.
Something and
Yeah.
creation crystal. Sensei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not his name. That's
Huh.
that's like the new gimmick in Imaginators. They call these the senseis. So his name is that. This is completely unreadable.
Ew. Who designed that box? Yeah.
No. It's just because it's low quality image.
But also, who designed that box?
Oh. Flipwreck. Okay, I mean I haven't played with them much. They really look boring to me, to be honest. So I guess I don't mind they're on the bottom half of the list. Wallop. I imagine this is kind of controversial coming from them, considering most people seem to love Wallop for his insane DPS. I will say, it's what I said before. I haven't played him enough, but it does look like he's kind of overrated. It just seems like people just like him because he does a lot of damage. He's pretty straightforward from what I've seen so far. But again, I haven't played him enough to really have much of an opinion, and even if I dislike him, I don't know if I'll put him this low. Can we fucking talk about this? Like, Jesus. What is this taste? Like, can we talk about this? Like, okay, I can understand if you don't like Night Shift's top half. Even then, like, I'd say just about everyone likes it. But if you don't, fair enough. You cannot make an argument that Night Shift's bottom half isn't one of the most fucking powerful bottom half. Literally the only bottom half in Swap Force that I think even competes with Night Shift's as the best bottom half is Freeze Blade. And that's only because it's the fastest one. Other than that,
The
yeah.
mans can teleport and make wormholes that hurt
Teleportation,
people.
multiple eyes, lifesteal, the charge attack uppercut which deals over 100 damage and it has a massive hitbox, the ability to punch money out of enemies. Like, Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not having this.
Yep. Yep. It just gets worse. It just gets worse.
But she's good. Isn't she cute? But she good.
I don't have the energy to keep with these. I don't.
Is that just chaos in a bowl?
Chaos.
I mean, look at the face in the bowl. Does it?
Oh, in the ball. I kind of see
Does it
No,
not
it's
look
it's
like
supposed to be
chaos with his teeth?
It's not supposed to be chaos.
Well, it is now.
Snapshot, to be honest, like from what I've played of him so far, he is very boring to me, so maybe. But I don't know, if anything, I'd put him lower if you're going to put him low. Gusto, I mean, again, I haven't played with them much. I don't know, they don't seem this bad, but sure.
Oh, hi, Spyro.
I'm more mad he's this high, to be honest. I mean, he's very boring. I get he's a quote-unquote classic, but he's very boring. But sure. Give him those
To be fair,
classic
though,
points.
his Series 3 art is pretty neat.
Yeah. Although it really nags me that his Series 3 art looks like his Ebex's horn upgrades, when in Swap Force, the game they released Series 3 Spyro, they massively nerfed Ebex's horns and made it so it didn't even look cool. Like, I wish I had the difference to show you right now, but obviously it'd take a bit to do it. But if you do it in Giants or Spyro's Adventure, he gets gigantic horns made out of fire coming out of his head. In Swap Force, his horn size doesn't change size. It just makes fire come around his normal sized horns.
Wow.
So literally, on the figure where he has the giant horns, he doesn't have the giant horns in the game anymore. It's like, are you serious? Anyway. I will say, I don't think I've ever seen Series 2 Spyro. He do be looking kind of cute.
He do be.
Lower. I'm not gonna lie. Lower. I did say respect for the classics, but like, not this classic.
Yeah,
when we say classic, I don't know if this guy really counts.
I've not played much of Voodoo. Can't really comment.
Don't know.
How fucking dare you?
I don't know how much to say about this because I think Stump Smash is middle of the road, but like a little better than this.
Oh, come on. 97?
I know that Well will have more to say about this.
He's above average. I'm sorry. I had one upgrade on this man. I mean, granted, this was level 4 of Giants, but I had one upgrade on this man. He was like level, I think, 5, maybe. The only upgrade I had was just the one where you make his smashes stronger. Got to the very end of that level where you have like the big Cyclops spinning guys that can teleport and
the executioners.
Those ones.
Sorry. I've been watching gameplay of the alpha. They used to be invincible at all times except when they threw their axe.
Ooh.
I'm so glad they changed that before they released the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So
but,
you beat that with Stump Smash.
Oh yeah, because I could like kill them in 2 hits. Went bang, bang, you're dead. Next one. Bang, bang.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What difficulty were you playing? No.
I was on hard.
Nah, you're kidding me.
Wait. No, I wasn't. I was on medium and then I changed it to hard, I think, the next level.
Okay,
because it was a profile I already had open. It was like, oh, I'll play this, and then no.
You know, I didn't know that was next. I kind of wasn't prepared for that emotionally.
Is it gonna be not funny if I leave again?
It gets funnier every time I say your real life name and have to edit it out. So it will only get funnier every time you leave my room in real life, just for comedic effect to come back.
I'm not having this slander. I'm done with my words. It's 11 o'clock at night, okay? Not having this. No, thank you. Nope. Gonna go cool down in the cooler corridor.
Ladies and gentlemen, Well has left the building. My soul has also left my body. I thought I was being harsh, at least by the community standards, on Stealth Elf by saying she's only an A-tier Skylander by the first game standards. This man is saying Stealth Elf ain't even fucking good enough to make the top half of all Skylanders ever made. This guy thinks that... wait, where the fuck is Bash? Where the fuck is that?
Does he understand what the blades are? Fucking ghost blades.
I'm very curious to see when I watch this back if that got picked up at all by this microphone.
I hope it did.
Anyway.
I wanted to at least be distant, sir.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my god. So yeah.
I'm not having this slander. This is as much bullshit as Ninjini was.
This terrifies me. This man actually considers Zap and Bash to be better Skylanders than fucking Stealth Elf.
Not happy. I'm really not.
You know, I'm not happy either.
This is not going well.
Fell.
No comment.
Can't say anything. I like how the 90...
Comment! It's eyebrow! My mind just actually fucking went and put eyebrow on the bottom half of the list. Probably the most fucking badass giant. Okay, Giants was already the...
It's because he's slow, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. The Giants was already the best fucking game in the entire series in terms of the quality of new Skylanders added. And yeah, Eyebrow was not only in the game that added the best Skylanders, but managed to be the best of the new giant Skylanders that were added. I don't think that's even up for debate. Everyone I ask, whenever I ask anyone, oh, who's your favorite giant, it's always fucking Eyebrow. And you know what? My favorite giant is Eyebrow. I don't know, maybe your favorite giant is... I actually don't know. Could you pick a favorite? Or would it be Eyebrow?
It's either T-Rex or Ningini, not gonna lie.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, so far, basically everyone I ask is like, oh yeah, my favorite was Eyebrow. And it's like, oh yeah! Oh, I wonder why that is. Could it be because he's fucking sick?
Has I can fly. Body will move. If you
okay, so right. When I first saw Eyebrow, I was thinking, I'll admit, I'll say, I actually didn't have a good first impression of him. When I first saw Eyebrow and I knew nothing about how he played, and I just saw his figure and all that, I was thinking, I don't know. I feel like that was kind of, generic for an undead. They just kind of gave him like a massive suit of armor and fists, and then they're like, oh shit, it needs to be undead. Let's give him an eye, and that's it. And I was disappointed at first until I actually played him, and my god, not only is he definitely one of the most satisfying brawlers out there, not only are his combos very unique and have extremely long range. I especially love the spinning combo where his eye is stuck to the middle of his body and he swings it all around him. It's got enormous range and it's a multi-hit. And it's great for knocking enemies away. But, of course, the main attraction, my god, is it so satisfying to be zapping enemies to death from long, safe distance with the eyeball, while the suit of armor is chasing behind while punching everything in its path. God, does it feel big brain to be steering the suit of armor into punching enemies to death while you're zapping other ones to death with the eye to get maximum DPS. Literally, this is actually such a badass Skylander, and I cannot get any hate for it. I will not even accept 94th, even though that's not even that far like on the bottom. That's like nearly in the top half. I don't care. Nearly in the top half isn't good enough for Eyebrow. Top 50 minimum for Eyebrow. You know how I said that Night Shift's bottom half is probably the best bottom half in Swap Force, bar maybe one? Do you remember how that one was Freezeblade's bottom half for being literally the fastest one in the entire game?
Oh, it hurts.
I'm just gonna move on. Blast Zone. Okay, I will admit I'm not a huge fan of Blast Zone. Maybe this is the right placement for him. God, okay, I'll put it this way. I'm mad about this because I know how many other Skylanders he's going to place above Blast Zone who are fucking not better than Blast Zone. However, I will say this, somewhere in the middle is probably where I would put Blast Zone. So technically his placement isn't that far from where I would probably put him. What sickens me is who he's putting below Blast Zone and who he's putting above Blast Zone. Dr. Crankcase, don't really know anything.
Not Chop Chop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. They didn't even put Chop Chop on the top half. Fake Skylanders fan identified. Like, Jesus. Like, it seems like... I've just realized there's an undead that everyone loves in every game. Like, everyone loves Chop Chop in Skylanders Adventure. Everyone loves Eyebrow in Giants. Everyone loves Roller Brawl in Swap Force. Everyone loves Crypt King in Trap Team. I don't know about Superchargers and Imaginators. But for the first 4 games, everyone has an undead that they love. Everyone loves Chop Chop. If you don't like Chop Chop, like this plebeian, then there is something wrong with you. Seriously though, the Archeans are fucking badass, and a skeleton Archean soldier made with undead magic and technological advancements who has a sword that is literally on undead magical fire, and in his Series 3 variant has the ability to twin-wield swords, who can slam his sword into the ground to summon bone brambles. No, I am not having it, and eat the souls of his victims to heal. I'm not having it. I am not having it. Chop Chop is one of the most...
You want to eat the souls of the innocent.
Yes,
bagel.
Exactly.
No! 2 bagels.
Exactly. I would like you to look up. I'll let you take this one.
Bitch, this is fun. He's fun. You know Bouncer? You know how Bouncer has, like... pew bouncing bullets?
You gotta upgrade it now.
Trigger Happy has that. He has a machine gun. He can throw safes. And pots of gold.
And giant coins, which is...
And giant coins that if they land on heads, make it extra damaging. And you can just spam his bullets. This is not a drill, people. Trigger Happy is fucking good.
I was fully expecting you to go, this is a drill.
This is a daffodil. Sorry, not a daffodil. I repeat, this is not a daffodil.
Superchargers. Dreadhead looks like a cool design. I mean, at this point we're at the very middle, so I'm probably going to do a lot of skipping here. Funny Bone looks fun. I don't know, though. No idea who this is. No idea who this is. No, I thought we were out of the woods. I thought it would be a while before we got to the next one. No.
She's literally the middle of the entire tier list.
I don't care that she made it to the middle. I don't care. You do not fucking call chill middle of the road.
Back off.
No.
Ice blades. Ice blocks.
Not just that. Not just
that.
Yeah. We have here a fucking badass Valkyrie with a spear and a sword made of solid ice who has the ability to throw triple javelins while doing twirl jumps, who can summon walls of ice and then fucking play ping pong with them, knocking them around with a shield bash, who has the ability to summon goddamn narwhals to chuck into her opponent's faces, who has the ability to put out some of the best DPS from the Giants roster of characters, if you can line up the ping-ponging with the ice cubes correctly.
With the ping-pong panic.
Yes, with the ping-pong panic, exactly. No, she has the ability to multiply a javelin through ice blocks on one upgrade path, while on the other upgrade path she can turn killed enemies into more ice blocks, while shooting javelins at the ice blocks makes them explode. No, I'm not having this. This is one of the most fun and badass characters we ever got. I am not accepting middle of the road for fucking chill. No, I'm leaving now. I'm done.
He's done. He's out. Is he gone? Now he's gone. Guess this is my video now.
I realised that the universe will collapse in on itself, and my YouTube channel will cease to exist if I leave this room. So
he thinks Bash is better than Chill. He thinks Bash is better than Tree Rex, better than Ninjini, better than Sprocket. He thinks Bash is better than Hot Dog and Stealth Elf.
Yeah, he does. So, I hope you realise now why I don't think there's much point in us making this video a whole lot longer by us actually listening to every single one of his justifications.
Because he's clearly fucking wrong.
Yeah, I don't really want to listen to this guy talk for 4 minutes about how, this character's boring because they just don't look that cool, when he's putting fucking Bash on the top half of character. I don't care that he's not even that high or anything. I don't care that he's only in the top half by one position. The fact that Bash isn't in the bottom 10 on its own is already scary enough to me.
Oh, hey, the voice for Nikolai.
Yeah.
In a Kung Fu Panda game, he was Shifu.
Yeah, you already told me that.
Did I?
Yeah, you already told me that. I already knew.
Ah!
Yeah. Rattleshake was one of my first swappers, and I've got to say...
Put him up. Put him up.
What do you mean put him up?
Get him higher.
Oh, right, yeah.
Please.
I thought you were asking me to put him up, and I'm like, oh, I can't do anything.
Make him higher, come on.
Yeah, the ability to poison people, the ability to have, the purple skin that he sheds when he takes damage in order to protect himself, the ability to shoot bones out from his bottom half, which is actually quite fast, by the way, as well, the ability to actually attack with his jump by slamming the ground and holding the jump button, so he technically has 4 attacks, the ability to summon, to chuck skulls which snakes pop out of and start spitting venom at the things. No, I'm not, no. Yeah, I just won't even argue further. No.
Another thing about our good friend, Mr. Fred Tatasciore. In Left 4 Dead, he was Infected Sounds, the Tank, and Boomer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Deep Dive Gill Grunt. I mean, it's a supercharger. Who cares? Double Dare Trigger Happy is a supercharger. Who cares?
The Tongue, though.
Food Fight. So far, what I played at Food Fight, I put him higher, but he's a trap team. Who cares? Nah, anyway. They're an Imaginator. Who cares? They're an Imaginator. Who cares? I'm gonna piss off some fans. Nah, to be fair. Oh, you know what? I do not care. They're in the top half. Hoot Loop is fucking badass. He's fast,
He
can
can
teleport, he can hypnotize, one of the most broken abilities in PvP I've just found out today.
Oh, yes.
Literally fucking unwinnable if you just hypnotize. But anyway, talking about actual story gameplay, homing bullets that deal decent damage, that spread themselves out well, great crowd control.
And you can hold it and just get a beam.
The beam, yes, the fucking beam. The ability to use hypnotism to save yourself, because anytime an enemy is about to tap, you just zap them with the hypnotism, teleport out of the way. Oh my god, yes. Hoot Loop is definitely one of my favourite swappers, and this is too low for him, even if it is on the top half. I can only believe I'm saying this for a character from the first game on this list, but too high if you ask me honestly. I'm not a fan of Ghost Roaster.
And I thought you liked him because he could kill himself in the Hub World.
I like that! I like it when he kills himself.
He's already dead!
He's already... Literally, oh my god, literally. Yeah. I mean, and just so you know, I'm not being unfair here, because literally, I have more than enough reasons to be nostalgic for Ghost Roaster, because he was quite literally, like... on Christmas Day, when I first got Skylanders, I got the Starter Pack and Terrapin's Adventure Pack. The first Skylanders thing I bought after that Christmas was his Adventure Pack. So Ghost Roaster was one of my first 5 Skylanders ever that I ever played with. So I have all the reasons to be nostalgic and biased against him, but no, I don't actually think he's that great.
He was also Maxis. In Call of Duty, he's not only Nikolai, he's Maxis.
Oh, you're still talking... You're right, yeah. Dino Rang. I'm not gonna lie, this isn't that... I think this placement... This is another one of those ones where I'm like, I don't technically think this placement is bad for Dino Rang. What I think is bad is the people who are above Dino Rang. Like, it's one of those situations where even if he's put him in the right spot, it just fucking disgusts me to think he considers Zap a better Skylander than this. Oh, boy.
Sad.
Countdown.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of Countdown. I've played him a decent amount. I really don't like him. And I'm disgusted that he considers Countdown to
I
be
thought
better.
he was alright.
Yeah.
He was okay.
Okay.
Chill is better.
I thought he looked good at first, before I played him, like when I was just like looking at previews and all that. Because I thought, like, I feel like there was a lot of characters in Giants that seemed like they were just about shooting things, but then they had a lot of interesting nuance to it, or they were just really satisfying to play. Like, Chill is an amazing example, obviously. Jet Vac's a good example. And I thought that Countdown might feel like that. But honestly, Countdown, all of his moves feel useless except his one shoot move, which he just doesn't have much nuance. You just shoot with it.
Remember how we were talking slander about Dunebug being low and saying he was Nolan North, our good friend Richtofen?
Yeah.
I forgot that Warnado and Slambam... Have we come across Slambam yet?
Yes.
Yeah, Warnado and Slambam and Zook.
Yeah, they're all Nikolai.
They're all Nikolai.
Yeah, I knew that.
I forgot about that.
I'm
very
I have not
upset.
played much with Fling Kong, but he deeply uninterests me. I can feel myself losing interest in this character just looking at him, so I'm concerned he's this high. However, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I just need to play him. They are a supercharger, so I won't say anything, but all I'll say is, from what I've heard of people talking about this character, Bone Bash Roller Brawl looks badass, and her design looks badass.
Her design is badass.
So I'm raising an eyebrow at this one. I may have never played this character, but I'm raising an eyebrow hard at this one. I'll get back to this one when I've tried Superchargers.
Her skull got upgraded.
Yeah.
Can see her hair now.
Crash Bandicoot and the 69, nice. Fiesta. I thought people didn't like Fiesta, but I don't know enough about him. I'll say I'm pleasantly surprised he put Fright Rider this high.
Nice.
But, yeah, again, another one where it's like, yeah, I don't have a problem with this placement necessarily in terms of the number it's at. Again, I'm just concerned of what's below this guy and what's above this guy because so many of the other placements are so screwed. I do not know anything about Sure Shot. Not Sure Shot. That's Sure Shot Shroom Boom I'm thinking of. Super Shot Stealth Elf.
Does she have a shooting move now?
Yeah, apparently. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I haven't played Super Shot Stealth Elf yet, but I have to admit, a lot of the redesigned versions that like have different movesets but are still the same character, they do look quite cool to me. Super Shot Stealth Elf kind of looks wrong to me. It's like that's not Stealth Elf, you know. Like that just doesn't.
Yeah.
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 Star Striker, you know, and again, it's another one where it's like the number placement is fine to me, but it's just think of who's below Star Strike and think of who's above Star Strike. Oh my God, Scorp! I knew I was forgetting one. Fucking Scorp at 64. Scorp better than every single... Scorp better than Eyebrow. Better than Freezeblade. Better than Night Shift. Better than Sprocket. Better than Chill. Better than...
Ninjini, Tree-Rex, Bouncer.
Better than all of them, apparently. Scorp the fucking Scorpion.
Have we had Swarm yet?
We have not had Swarm yet.
Alright.
So there is hope. Okay, I'll say this.
Discount Zap.
Yeah.
Or is Zap a discount Punk Shock?
Okay, I'll say this much, right? I know there's a lot of people who do not like Punk Shock. I know that most people consider it to be one of the most forgettable and filler Skylanders ever added. I will say this. I'm not a Punk Shock hater. I went in expecting to hate her because I could barely remember she even existed and she didn't look interesting to me, and I heard people saying she was forgettable. And I must say, I've played her. She's definitely not one of my favourites, but I do think she's overhated. That being said, still, how the fuck is she this high? Like, literally, why? Her damage output is really disappointing. I will admit, the way she does the whole electrocuting water mechanic does feel more satisfying than Zap, in my opinion. But then its damage output isn't that great, and I know that's because it stuns enemies now, which prevents them from attacking, but I'd just much rather it dealt damage instead of stunning them. I'll let you speak on this one because I'm not the local Prison Break expert.
No.
Higher?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Not much higher, to be fair, but I'd put him higher. Have you seen his light core figure? You put him on the portal, especially if it's in dim lighting. Yes, he looks fucking amazing, and I like his moves. Okay, you have like all the crystals up, and if you like have like you line yourself up properly, and you go, and then it'll don't know anything about her, but would smash. Damn it, it's the wrong video. Still don't know.
They don't know yet. They don't know yet.
Oh, Papa.
I was skipping ahead because I thought it would be another 10 or 20 placements before we got another one I'd be mad about.
Oh, he's mad.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Oh, he's mad.
I don't fucking care he's in the top half. I don't care. Popthorn is easily a fucking top 5 Skylander.
Homing missiles.
Can we talk about the 1, insane damage output of this guy, 2, insane speed of this guy, 3, the homing shots, 4, the depth in between that you can actually switch between the different modes. You have attacks that launch people into the air, which give guaranteed crits and also disables their attacks. You have different
6 moves.
Yeah. You have the upgrade paths which change how those moves work. You have the fact that your moves temporarily become powered depending on whether you've just recently been inflated or recently deflated. Literally, simultaneously, one of the most satisfying, fun to play, powerful, and deep Skylanders in terms of how much you can do with their moveset. 59. Literally, I don't say this lightly, as someone who obviously started playing from the first game and fucking loves Drobot. Popthorn is the Drobot of Swap Force. And yes, I'll fucking say it, even though I have more nostalgia for Drobot. Popthorn is better than Drobot.
You will die on this hill.
I will die on that hill, yes.
Oh,
that's actually a good placement, to be fair. That's a good placement.
That's a good one.
It's again, the problem is just, you look at it and you think it's wrong because you know what's above it and you know what's below it.
We've had all the giants now, right? We've had Eyebrow, we've had Tree-Rex, we've had Ninjini, we've had Thumpback, we've had...
Bouncer,
we have Swarm.
Yeah, we've had them all.
I'm missing 2.
Did you say Tree-Rex? I don't think...
I said Tree-Rex.
Tree-Rex, Eyebrow. So
yeah.
Tree-Rex, Eyebrow, Swarm Crusher, Hothead, Thumpback,
Bouncer. We've had them. You think Swarm is the best out of the giants?
I mean, I wouldn't agree, but I definitely think he'd say he's one of the top 3.
Oh yeah, he's one of the top ones, but like... You think he's the best?
I don't know anything about Hoodsicle. Okay, I gotta raise an eyebrow at this. Listen, I I haven't played Lava Lance Eruptor. I've seen some gameplay of him.
Lava
It really looks weird, and both looks boring, and he also looks nothing like nothing like Eruptor by the looks of
He
things.
looks
So I'm so confused why Eruptor is so much lower, and this character is so close to the top. But sure, I haven't played them. I could be wrong. Who cares?
bad juju. Yep, this entire list is bad juju.
I mean, I'd put him higher, not that far off.
I've not really played Camo.
I look at it and I think, oh god, this is so bad. But then I realize again, it's just because so many of the other picks are so wrong. The number is not actually that far off. I've just put it a bit higher.
Watermelon. Inside a watermelon.
Okay, I have not played Torch, but she looks like one of the most forgettable, boring, bland, filler Skylanders ever, and I haven't seen anything interesting about her.
We already have a Human Torch, and he's in the Fantastic Four, so...
Yeah. Batspin I also haven't heard good things about, but again, not played them really. No comment. Yeah, I've not played Pain.
Yo, Bing Bong, that you?
Wind up. Yeah, this is a fair. Again, you know, we're getting to the point where they're not too bad now. Like, we get a bit of respite here. I don't know if Spitfire should be this high. Again, not played enough for the.
It looks cool though.
Yeah, they're in the starter pack for Superchargers.
Ooh.
Who even is this? Oh, High Vault. That was the name of them. Yes. Okay, Spire Eyes. Finally, a good swapper actually in a high position. They actually can appreciate good swappers. What the hell? Never mind, they don't know what a good swapper is. Okay, so I know that some people really love Free Ranger. No one's neutral on Free Ranger. Everyone thinks he's really boring or really good. And I genuinely don't get it. Like, I played Free Ranger. I owned Free Ranger back in the day. I didn't have all the swappers back in the day, but I had him. And I gotta say, I think he was the one I was the least disappointed with having bought. I feel like... Yeah, it's cool being able to throw enemies around with his tornado move on his bottom half, but his bottom half is also slow and speed really matters on the bottom half, and unless your bottom half is bringing a lot to the table to compensate, like Grilla Drillers, I don't think it's worth it if it's slow. I'd never really use his third move much unless like I just had to hit someone a far distance away, and his melee attacks, genuinely, you all complain about how boring Rubble Rouser is, but then you say Free Ranger's super cool. They're not really that different, their melee attacks. And as well as that, Rubble Rouser does more DPS than Free Ranger with his melee attacks. So, like, Rubble Rouser's just better in terms of his melee. Yeah, I do not get the praise for this Skylander. I'm not saying he's garbage. There's not anything really wrong with him. He's just a bit forgettable and dull to me, especially compared to the others. I'd just put him, like, low mid. I have no idea why Bushwhack is here. I have not played with him enough to say, but he just looks really straightforward and boring. He looks like everything people said Head Rush was, like just this boring, oh, you just spam one button character. Why is Boomer this high? Look, I may have eventually gained an appreciation for Boomer, but why is he this high? Why? Like, this is really high. Like, wait, okay, just trying to remember. Aside from okay, so this guy considers Boomer to be better than Trigger Happy and better than Drill Sergeant. Better than Drill Sergeant. He consider. I just realized this.
Drobot.
No, Drobot hasn't been mentioned yet.
Sorry.
But this guy would put Boomer over 120 positions higher than Drill Sergeant. That's kind of insane.
That hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts a lot. Granted, I never really played Boomer much, but that hurts.
Yeah, and I don't care about Grave Clobber or whatever or
Master Ambush.
I don't think I've yet.
Do you use
the character I've seen? Splat. I mean, they look cool. To be fair, I've not played with them.
Yo, it's Pinkie Pie in Skylanders form.
That's twice now.
Yes.
That's twice now.
That's twice.
That's twice.
Yep.
I have no other comment. Just it's been twice now. I just thought I'd point that out.
Yeah. I mean, she's got paint. Oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, the number is fine. It just hurts again knowing where other things are. Yeah.
I salute you, sir.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He messed up his 38. 38 so it's supposed to be Blastertron. Okay, yeah. Blastertron's from Imaginators, if I remember right. So, yeah.
I mean, so is this one.
No, this one's from Track Team.
Alright.
Deja Vu does look really cool from what I've seen of her, even though I don't know much about her. Like, I'm sorry, I haven't played her much. I mean. And Chopper also looks kind of cool from what I've seen, even though I haven't played it much, so I don't have much comment. Weird to see the Supercharger Terrafin so high when normal Terrafin was one of his very bottom picks.
It's like 4th bottom, I think.
Yeah. But sure, Taekwon Crow, I don't care.
Haha, funny name.
Bumble Blast. Okay, I don't dislike Bumble Blast. Really, I'm so neutral to him, and I don't like. I guess I'll put it this way: I don't actually dislike Bumble Blast, but I get weirdly frustrated seeing how some people really fucking love him, and I don't get it. It's like I feel like you just kind of shoot with him. Yeah, I get you can like shoot honey onto the enemies and then the enemies take more damage, but literally it just goes up from 15 damage to 17 damage. It's not very noticeable, and considering how slow the honey is and how little damage it doesn't really feel very worthwhile a lot of the time. So I do not get the appeal of Bumble Blast. I think he's fine. He's definitely good. You don't have to aim his shots. You can shoot pretty fast. But just in terms of like, if I was going to rank him, I feel like there's a lot of people that put up a Bumble Blast. I wouldn't put him this high. Middle of the road for me. Okay, I'll say this. Before I owned Firecracken, and I never really owned them before, before I played it on emulator, I thought I wanted Firecracken. I was like, damn, a Chinese dragon with fireworks for his attacks, that's so fucking badass. And I will say that is a badass concept.
He's a very jumpy boy.
Yeah, he's a very jumpy boy as well. He's a very badass concept. However, when you actually play him, big disappointment, honestly. I mean, his bottom half isn't that bad. It seems slow at first, but like it's not as slow as you think, and his attack with his bottom half with the triple like leap thing with different firework attacks, that's fine. His top half is literally just a melee character with basically no gimmicks. You just whack people with the firecracker thing. You don't even have a combo. You can't even go like boom, boom, big hit. You just have hits. You just have hit, or a charge attack. That's all you have. And for his third attack, yes, don't get me wrong, it's cool that he turns into a Chinese parade dragon and runs into people. But what does the move actually do? It just damages people when they're touching him, and he moves forward. When you actually look at his moves, on the top half, he's got a move which whacks people in front of him, and a move which makes him walk forward and hurt people in front of him. It's really, really bare bones. And I feel like they just tried to disguise that by how flashy he looks, which really disappointed me. I do not agree with him being this high. I still wouldn't put him that low or anything, but like 32nd, no.
Can't really comment. Not played much.
No idea who Master Tri-Tip is. Shortcut looks really fun from what I've seen.
Don't run with scissors.
Yeah,
Wrong game.
I will probably never play Supercharger DK. I think that was his name. Supercharged DK, I mean.
Wrong game. Wrong game.
Yeah, I probably will never play them since they only work on the Nintendo version. Robo, yeah, I hear he's really good. I've never played him, obviously. Spotlight has been one of my favourites from Trap Team so far.
Yo,
so,
Flashwing and Drobot had a kid?
Yeah, so...
the other robot girl with a ring around her, she helped?
Gear shift. Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Zulu
I think you missed him.
Oh, he just skipped past Magna. You can't just sneak Vanguard Shards past us. Well, actually, to be fair, that's a decent placement for Magna Shard. He is very good. Zulu, okay, I'm not a Zulu hater or anything, but what the fuck is Zulu doing at 25? Like, he's mid, upper mid, maybe. I do not see the appeal for him to be this high. Like, I get that he can do multiple moves at once, but considering his third move is really bad, no matter how much you try to upgrade it, and his wolf is also pretty slow and not very noticeable, it feels like his bird attack is the main thing he's got. Like, I like the idea that he can have all his attacks going simultaneously, but when two of them feel very useless, it kind of reduces the impact you feel of it. It feels like this character is just spamming birds and nothing else. I have not played Stormblade. Boomjet, I like you. I don't know what you're doing at 23rd.
Master Chainmail.
Who? Okay.
Who?
Yo, who?
Mr. Viking Man.
We don't even have a name for this guy.
Uh-huh.
Fist bump. Sure, whatever. I'm not going to argue with ones I don't know about. Hammer slam.
Wrong game.
I do not have the energy to argue with ones I don't know about. Wolfgang, I know everyone loves Wolfgang. I have no idea how he is as a character.
Wolfgang.
I have no idea. Master Barbella.
I mean...
Oh, a barbell.
Barbell.
Alright.
Yeah. Haha, funny.
Master Tidepool.
Flameslinger.
Okay, Flameslinger. I don't know what you're doing quite this high, but
Heidi.
Flameslinger appreciation, that's something. We've got the classic figure with no string on his bow. Yo, why is his hair not falling off yet? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I can appreciate Flameslinger. I don't know if I put him this high, but yeah, he's very reliable. You know, just fast, good damage, very long range, small hitbox, all good things to have. Crypt King, I know everyone loves him. I know everyone wets their pants for over him.
Chop Chop Stat.
And yeah, Bit Chop Chop Daddy, as he was literally called in development.
Nice.
And I don't know. Like I've played a bit of him so far, and I will admit I don't see the magic. He doesn't seem bad to me, but it hasn't. I mean, to be fair, I've not played much with him at all. I've got like 2 upgrades on him, so I can't really talk. But so far, I'm like, yeah, he seems good. I don't really see what all the magic is about. Like all the whoa, yeah, fucking Crypt King, yeah. Blades. I hear he's really good. I just haven't played him. Roller Brawl. Okay, don't get me wrong. I am not a Roller Brawl hater. Roller Brawl is fast. She's fun. She's got combos. It's all very nice. However, I don't think that Roller Brawl has anything that makes me think, oh fuck yeah, that's like a number 11 best Skylander of all time like thing. Nah. Top 30 I could accept. 11. That's a little high, I'm not gonna lie, even for Roller Brawl.
Okay, folks, we're going into the top 10 now. Be prepared to have your socks blown off.
Okay, to be fair, this is not as bad as it could have been, but still. What the fucking hell is that doing as the 10th best Skylander of all fucking time? Like, what?
I'm going to get up.
You're going to get up?
No, I'm going to get up.
You're going to get up?
The conversation we had.
The conversation we had.
So I remember I wrote down what I thought about these 10. Okay. Here's what I said when I first saw this. I was like, Zap is a garbage take.
Mm-hmm.
The 9th and the 8th I can't really comment on because I don't really know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Popvid's good take. Popvid's in good place.
Mm-hmm.
We stand.
Mm-hmm.
Double Trouble's decent, but I'd put him like lower than 5th.
Mm-hmm.
4th, can't comment on. Don't know
You
who
mean
that
5th?
I mean that one.
Yeah, that's 5th. I remember you wrote it wrong.
I did, yeah. Because I'm dumb. Flashwing is where she deserves to be.
Yeah, Flashwing is.
She deserves to be high. Drobot is good. Yes, he's good. Wouldn't have put him in 3rd.
That's that. Even if from a Drobot lover, I will say that's fair.
Yeah, yep. Same with Smolder Dash. I love her. Probably wouldn't put her in 2nd though.
Yeah.
And Igniter, bad take.
Okay, so let me speak a little on these from my own perspective. Zap. So I don't think I need to say too much why this is fucking insane to put him at 10th best Skylander of all time, but bad DPS. I mean, okay, I think the sludge slime, the electrified mechanic is kind of cool. 3rd attack is basically non-existent. I literally keep forgetting what it is, and then I discover it, and I'm like, oh right, yeah, this water ride thing. I keep forgetting this exists, and I never use it like ever. His Soul Gem upgrade literally became useless in Giants, and then it kind of became slightly useful again in Swap Force, but only very situationally when they changed it. Not much to say that's good about Zap. Also, when they gave him a voice, they only made him worse. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, if you've heard his voice in Giants, it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Like, we get it's supposed to be gurgling because he's like water, but like, oh god, to listen to it.
No, that's for the Gilman only, and then they got rid of it in Swap Force. But that's for the Gilman with the giggly voices.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, wait, what do you mean they got rid of it? Oh wait, no, yeah. Well, no, they got rid of it in Giants.
Did they?
The gurgly voice for the Gillman. Well, I mean, there weren't any Gillmen in Giants except for Gil Grunt, and they changed his voice in Giants.
Huh.
And then in Swap Force, all the Gillmen were hillbillies, and I mean that's what they've been since.
Gilman slander.
Yeah.
Gilman slander.
Wildfire, I will say, he is one of my more played trap masters. When I first saw him and I saw everyone like just cooming over him, I was like, I'm not sure about this. Like, don't get me wrong, he looks cool, this Golden Lion, but like in terms of how he's actually gonna play, like I'm not enticed. And then I actually played him, and you know what? I'm enticed. I do like how he's got enormous melee damage and the ability to put up his shield to block damage at any time. And his secondary attack, his multiple flame whips, allow him to pull enemies in from a distance, so that even though he's a melee fighter, no one can beat him by getting a good distance on him, because the second they do, he just grabs them with his fire whip and like chokes them inwards and gets to beat them to death with his shield. I'll admit, like, Wildfire was a hard sell for me, but I agree that he's very good. I'm not sure about 9th place. Maybe I have to play him more. We'll see. Nightlight looked badass, but I haven't played with him much, can't say. Pop Fizz, 7th is probably fine for Pop Fizz. I was about to say a bit high, maybe, but he's not putting it top 5. Pop Fizz is very much justified in being, like, a fan favourite. I feel like I'm not as crazy for Pop Fizz as some people, though. Like, I feel like he's not actually that strong unless you take the Berserker path, but then if you take the Berserker path, he becomes a bit of a button masher. I'd say a bit. Like, the fact that you can change your third attack depending on what potion you drink obviously adds some depth. But yeah, it's a shame that the more deep path about potions is also the path that's less practical and less, like, effective. Double Trouble, I gotta say, 6th. Don't get me wrong, I like Double Trouble. I'm developing an appreciation for him, which I didn't have before. However, I do think that anyone who puts Double Trouble this high probably likes to switch their brain off when they play. I don't know, I get impressions that people think that Double Trouble is this good are the kind of people who just hold down the A button and walk at people with Double Trouble and don't ever use any of his other attacks. That's the kind of impression I get. No idea who number 5 is, even I don't know. I've literally never seen that character before. Flashwing, I think we can both agree on. I mean, Flashwing is the coolest character added in Giants, probably. I don't know, maybe Chill is better, but it's close. Flashwing is a sick character either way. They look absolutely fucking beautiful.
Jade Flashwing.
Jade Flashwing. To be honest, I genuinely prefer the colour palette of normal Flashwing, but I will say the gold wings on Jade Flashwing are what bring it back for me. It's hard for me to pick between, honestly, because I think purple and blue are the better colour scheme, but gold. Just gold. Anyway, but yeah, you've got so many different options with Flashwing, with the Light Howl, with the multi-shot third move, with the charge attack, with the spin attack, with the firing while spinning attack, with the deflection, with the shooting crystals off of walls. You just got everything. Drobot, of course, is a classic, extremely great damage output, great mobility, actually a decent amount of technical skill to his flying. Genuinely, I feel like that goes under the radar for a lot of people. There is a high level of technical skill you can actually develop with Robot for Skylander standards if you want to get into it, learning his flying. However, 3rd, even as a Drobot lover, I've got to say, 3rd. Like, 3rd best of all time, of all 167 Skylanders ever made.
Someone got some strange thoughts on the first game.
Yeah.
Either slander is bullshit or you are a god among gods.
Smolder Dash, I like. I would not go any further than that. I just like her. I don't know why she's in 2nd.
Light core, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you place it down and it goes light core.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Don't get me wrong. Okay, her attacks are flashy as hell and they look badass, and her Eclipse mode is a cool mechanic. In terms of how she plays Larry, she is mostly just kind of a melee character. Yes, she does have a projectile, but it's very slow moving and impractical. You can use it, but you don't really use it as your main DPS. You use the whip as your main DPS, and the whip you mostly just kind of mash X with, or mash A, or mash whatever button. So yeah, that's why I don't think she's really top 10 material. I don't know, top 30 material for me. No, well, not even. Okay, but no, for me, probably like top 50 material. Did I even go that far? Nah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Probably top 50. Igniter. Yeah, okay. You know, when I first saw this, I wasn't that mad to see Igniter at the top. I've been already prepped myself for it. The guy's called Ignite the Fire. Like, I kind of knew that Igniter was going to be the number 1. But at the same time, I think it was a slow dawning on me. At first, I was like, yeah, Igniter's pretty cool. Like, he's not number one, but, like, he's pretty cool, whatever. And the more I think about it, the more I think, okay, I know that Igniter is pretty cool, but the main reason he's pretty cool is just for his second attack, and don't get me wrong, that second attack is fucking badass. But I really don't care for his sword attack or his Mega Slam, and that is 2/3 of his moveset. I don't think a character which only has one really fucking cool move can ever be number one. I don't think they can even make the top 30. As much as I like Igniter, I don't think you can put him any higher than the top 30. So number one is just... ugh. Anyway, there's no planned outfit for this, so I hope you're just going to love it when the screen just decides to randomly flip to black at a random moment during my speech and cuts me off comedically, and you never know when it's going to happen. It could happen at any moment.
Oh.
Yeah, any moment. As I say, you never know when it's just all going to go black and everything's going to be gone.